It's bloody, it's gory, but it's Dawncraft. Oh yeah, let's go. This pack is just pure unfiltered madness. Right from the get-go, you're met with a new combat system, which I absolutely love. Just look at all these different fighting animations. Even a jumping attack has got a different animation. From farming to get your food diet up, for benefits to health and stamina, you go to fighting Notch, yeah, and a corrupted deity. I mean, what the hell is going on? What is this thing even? But yeah, we're taking that on. Or we're gonna try to, at least. With a good mix of magic that allows for crazy spells and witchery to fly around on brooms, there's a little something for everybody that likes an RPG experience. This is even further enhanced by Apotheosis and the awesome affix system. You can make some insane weapons in this pack. I mean, just look at this legendary katana. You can also socket gems into equipment for even more benefits.
Nice.
And you can keep track of the bosses you've already slain in the pack in the quest menu. Pretty sick, right? And I haven't even talked about the Drigme farms, the roguelike dungeons, the cool quest line you get at the beginning, and the villager guards. So I dove right into this mod pack, but little did I know that my first 44 attempts, yeah, you read that right, 44, wouldn't go exactly as I'd planned. I don't even know my way anymore. Alright, I'm dead. Tried being smart, still stupid as hell. Hold on. Oh! What? Oh my god, I'm dead.
Yeah, boy. What? What the fuck?
Oh wow. Where's the iron golems? Oh, they're fighting. Oh. Of course, yeah. When you get stuck in the snow, that's when you die, yeah. Okay, this is not good. Oh my god, no!
Another one.
Oh boy.
And another one.
Where is Korok? Did he already die? Well, now we are dead. Come on, man. Oh, that's a griffin, and I'm dead. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is gonna make me lose the world. Wow, okay. I am in desperate need of some help. No, oh no. And just like that, it's game over. I'm dead. I'm dead. Oh my god, I'm dead. Yep, I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm f***ing dead. What the f***? After all the misery that I'd gotten myself into, I also gained some knowledge as compensation. So I took the pack head on once more. Little did I know that my first big adventure would end up in my death on day 50. After this, I'd lost all hope, my marbles were gone, I was about to go insane, but that has never stopped me. So we went back in. We're doing Dawncraft Club 100, baby. Let's go! And just like that, we were in the world of Dawncraft. This pack was gonna be amazing. First I had to speak with Korok, who told us that we're finally awake and that we must be confused. Well, a little bit. Everything is blighted by a certain malicious deity, and both the dragon and the deity must be destroyed. We'll need to get stronger. Way stronger. The native inhabitants also will give us some extra help along the way if we prove to them our prowess and intellect. Now, seeing as I'm really stupid, I'm not sure if that's gonna be the way to go for us. But we're gonna give it a shot anyway. First I had this village map that I needed to find. So I immediately started my journey towards my first village. And I ran into an Ars Nouveau tree. These trees can be farmed, well, chopped down, not really farmed. These trees can be farmed in order to make a spellbinding table. Now that table is gonna come in pretty handy. Then I found the village. and it was kind of peaceful. Surprisingly peaceful. We first had to get some loot, and I stole this guy's iron chestplate right in front of him.
Huh?
To assert my dominance, I equipped it in front of his face. He was looking at me like he knew that I stole it, but he didn't see anything. I started looting up the chests inside the village, and this was going to be our first stepping stone. We can get some affixed loot inside of these villages, and in the overworld you have common, uncommon, and rare items. In the Nether, you can find epic items. And in the End and the Everbright and Everdawn dimensions, you can find legendary loot. But we first had to settle for some uncommon leggings, and they were actually pretty good for the start. This was already looking like a great start. And I played enough days and died enough to know what a good start was. And then I found it. My first rare item, a dwarven chainmail chestplate of the current, which gave us extra speed and had more armor than an iron chestplate. So this was pretty amazing. It also reduced fire damage. The speed is mostly what is the best benefit about this chestplate. I also gathered up the waystone and I was on my way. I needed to find a guild master, and in the second village I actually found one. He welcomed me to the guild and gave us our first quest, which is to kill 10 pillagers. Now, this is the most important quest, I feel like, in the questline, because it gives us the ability to dodge roll, which is, if you've ever played Dark Souls or Bloodborne, rolling gives you invincibility frames, and yeah, that is great. Also, this sword is amazing. Excuse me, but inflicting weakness and gaining speed, that's wild. So we were already pretty stacked on day 2, I gotta say. I did, however, still have to find a place where I could set up my base. So that was the next thing on the list. I did consider dual wielding the swords, but I just went with the regular sword for now. I was still doubting whether I should use a shield or not. I killed some local cows in order to get some leather and some food, because we needed to get our food supplies to the maximum. Also, this guard gave us a quest. If we fetch him 15 emeralds, he will give us the active guard skill. I don't know what that's all about, but I definitely want it. I found an overworld boss as well. This is an uncommon boss, which is pretty much highlighted by the green outline. If we kill this monster, it's going to give us an uncommon item. The guard also wanted a piece of that uncommon item, it seems like. Although for me that was a little bit annoying, since if I hit that guard, well, then all the other guards would start attacking me. And I still wanted that active guard skill, so I didn't want to kill the guard. After a little while, I got the mob, and he didn't drop uncommon loot. When I opened the chest though, yeah, as you see, it spawned, well, a guardian of the chest. I did cheese him, I'm sorry guys, but I first want my dodge roll ability before I start fighting really dangerous mobs. Did loot up the chests inside, and it had a tablet of flight. Now that sounded pretty good, but yeah, I didn't really know what to do with this tablet or how the rituals worked, so I just took it with me and I was gonna keep it for safekeeping. Just store it away. If you remember Symbolica and you remember those ice towers, you know there's gonna be some good stuff inside this one. Although they are kinda dangerous. Yeah. That almost kills me. So I did the next best thing and I just towered up, and I found a diamond helmet. Look at that. It is also enchanted, but it's probably got Curse of Binding. And I got scammed in the last mod pack, so I first wanted to figure out what this helmet... Oh, it's got protection 4 and unbreaking 3. Hey, guys, I'm being honest with you. You burn through a lot of armor sets before you can actually start repairing stuff. So this diamond helmet was king. This was awesome. I also found a Fortune 3 book. Believe it or not, this thing had a Fortune 3 book inside of it and 2 diamonds. So you already know we're copping that stuff. The moment we can unlock the anvil, we are going to get a Fortune 3 pickaxe. It's wild. This was one of the most amazing starts that I'd ever gotten. Got to another village and I started naming some of the waystones. I did have a waystone at the active skill guard, and I had a waystone at a guild master, just to make the world a little bit easier, you know what I'm saying? I did do some more exploration, and what is that? That's a Sentinel Knight. Okay, that's a really strong boss. Not sure I want to fight that one just yet. I'll just set up a bed and just camp outside for now. Although, in the morning time when I gathered my bed, I just dipped. You thought I was gonna fight him, huh? No, we're not doing that. I'm not looking to die. After a while, I found this weird church type of thing, and I wanted to see what was up with that. So, when I went inside, it actually looked like it was some kind of villager house. I wasn't really sure what was going on here. It looked interesting enough. And as soon as I opened the door, I found some stables with a bit of a food supply and a Create. Something from Create. I think that's from Create. They also had some pig dens, and upstairs there were oh, wait, hold on. I forgot to get rid of the skeleton wolf. There we go. Alright, the base is safe. Although upstairs there was a whole gathering of villagers. Now, I wasn't really sure if that was a good or a bad thing because they were just stuck in their seats. Guess they were gonna be zombie bait. After a while, I decided this was going to be the base that I operate from. This was going to be home. Now, we needed to put a couple of doors inside as, well, yeah, this thing could just be run down by mobs during the night. So I needed to mob-proof this a little bit. I also got a bunch of chests, and I started setting up a storage area. Now, there is not a simple storage mod inside of this mod pack, sadly. I could have added it, but I wanted to stay true to the mod pack. So for now, I'll just, organize things a little bit. It's gonna take some time, but it's definitely gonna be worth it. I did, however, make one of the scribes tables, and this is the table that allows you to make spells. Now, we'll get into this later. If I don't forget, I'm gonna forget about it. But outside, I had some farmland. Now, I already had some potato farm, a carrot farm, and a wheat farm. So this was already a pretty good setup. Now, I wanted to get a rice farm as well, but these have to be submerged in water. So I went to the river outside of my base, and I started setting up some dirt in order to make a rice farm. Now, you might wonder, why would I want a rice farm? Well, some of the items, the food items in this mod pack, they require rice, and they have a lot of nutritional value. So I definitely want to get into that. Nighttime hit, and I wanted to go in my base and just set up my bed and enjoy a night's rest. That's when I realized the door was still open, and I closed it off quickly. I'm really not looking to die on this one. After a little while, I made a backpack. Now, this is one of the best things you need to make in the beginning of the mod pack, as this will allow you to take a lot more stuff with you during your travels. And trust me, you'll get a lot of loot in this mod pack. Like, I'm talking a lot of loot, especially with those gems, because you can't stack them. Then it was time to place my waystone. I called my waystone home, and now I had a good setup. I could go to the active guard, I could go to a random village, and I could go to the guildmaster. I took some paper with me, and I wanted to have the guildmaster draw me a map of where I could find some pillagers. Because the pillagers are the guys with bows, and sadly if you kill vindicators, that doesn't count towards the quest. So I had my pillager map acquired, I had my atlas in my offhand, and we were going on an adventure. We needed to find the pillagers. And I gotta say, the mod pack is like more desaturated, but it looks really cool. Gives the whole creepy, eerie vibe, and I'm digging it. Also, the Sentinel Knight's losing health for some reason. Seems like he's stuck in a wall. I mean, GG well played, I'm gonna take it. This guy's loot's mine, man. Although the orcs had a different kind of plan for that. They really didn't want me to get that loot. Nonetheless, I went in, I snatched the loot, and I dipped out. I didn't even get hit a single time. That's kind of cool. Now, this Sentinel sword is really strong. It's both really cool and really strong. So it's used as a two-handed long sword, pretty much a claymore, and that's its ability. It shoots spikes from the ground. This is insane. It's a little bit too overpowered because normally you have to kill the Sentinel Knight first, And that is going to take us a long time before we can do that. So I stored away the Sentinel Sword. I didn't want to cheese the mod pack. I wanted to experience the full pain that comes with playing this mod pack. And so I set out. I wanted to first kill the pillagers, and before we had the dodge roll, I was only going to focus on that. Now, in this mod pack, traveling the world is something difficult, as the stamina bar runs out really quickly. But there's different ways how to get around the world more easily. We'll get into that later. First, I had to deal with these hunter illagers. These also didn't count toward the quest, sadly, but there was a second one with a melee axe, and this guy was kind of scary. So I did a wombo combo, and then I finished off the archer. The speed that I get when I hit something is incredible. Now, these hunter illagers are amazing for their loot because they have so much food inside their chests. Definitely grabbed all the loot, and I ran into some church doctors. These are from the Blood and Madness mod, and honestly, they got some really cool drops. Whatever they drop, I need to make a Shikage, and that is a really awesome katana. I did end up finding the pillager outpost, and there were only 2 pillagers outside. Okay, never mind. There's a lot of them. And it all happened because one of them jumped down and he got the whole crew with him. Look at this. There are so many pillagers outside. Luckily for me, they can only shoot 1 arrow at a time and they mostly shot each other. So I got the 10 pillagers down and we unlocked the dodge roll. Now, the way to use these skill books is you just right click them and you learn the skill. Roll in a direction that you're moving. While executing the skill, you will become immune to physical attacks. So this is, like I said, arguably the best skill you can have. This guy was also asking for ancient debris. What do you mean, man? Ancient debris? We're on day 7. This guy is wild. The next quest we got from the guildmaster was finding a goblin king. I did run into a wandering trader along the way, and this guy was trading wither skeleton skulls. I mean, I'm not looking to fight the wither just yet, but that's kind of cool you can find him. After about like 5 minutes of traveling, I already found the Goblin King Fortress. Now, this place was absolutely stacked with mobs, so I had to take my time and do my due diligence and kill them one at a time. Especially those tanky boys. But you gotta say, the combat flows nicely, right? Come on, man, look at this combat. It's just awesome. If you, man, go back to like 2015 and show this type of combat to somebody from that time, I wouldn't believe my eyes when I was a kid and I would see this combat. One at a time, I took down the goblins inside the fortress. These guys were still kind of scary as they deal a lot of damage. Now, I was gonna take my sweet time because the Goblin King itself also has magical abilities. So, we gotta be careful.
Surprise, motherfucker!
Oh, really? There's mimics in this pack? Are you kidding me? Dispatched that mimic quickly, which was indeed an unpleasant surprise. Great achievement. And I got gobbed! Which almost made me die. Luckily for me, I had that blood vial, which allowed me to regenerate my health quickly, but man, gob is dangerous. After a little while, the Goblin King decided to just randomly show up and start shooting me down with magic, after which I hid in the staircase for just a little moment. He chased me down, I went back up, and he teleported away. Yeah. So, while he was teleported away, I decided to hit his loot stash and get all the loot that was inside. Mostly it was some diamond blocks, an emerald block, and then I found the Goblin King again. He was really low and almost done for. I did, however, quickly hid behind the wall, so he couldn't shoot me with his magic, and I finished him off. After which he summoned a smoke bomb. Or was it that little guy that did that? Either way, we unlocked the second quest. Well, we completed the second quest. So, the guildmaster immediately gave me the next one, which was the first eye holder. It was the corrupted ogre. This guy was holding on to one of the 12 eyes that we need to go to the end. After storing away and doing a little bit of organizing in my base, I was ready to go for the corrupted ogre. I did, however, first make an iron backpack and upgraded it to a gold backpack, which gave me this much storage space. This is awesome. You can upgrade it even more. I quickly went over to the skill guard and I gave him 15 emeralds, which gave me the active guard book. So by consecutive blocking, the penalty will be removed when you guard according to the enemy's attack. So sounds like a parry, and it does work for the katana. But first we needed to unlock the guard skill. So for now I stored it in my backpack and I went home to make a new weapon. I made an iron tachi, which is sort of like a katana type weapon, and it felt amazing to use. It's quick, it's long, it's awesome. I did, however, in my base, find a rare chainmail helmet. I'm not sure how I missed that one, but yeah, it was just laying around in my base. I did check out the recipe for an experience pump, but that thing was way too expensive. So I had to skip on that one for now. And that's when I ran into my first rare mob captain. It was a rare witch. I quickly killed the spider and I tried taking the witch on. And yeah, well, I got stomped by a zombie, which almost ended up in my death. The battle continued throughout the night and I led all the mobs to the village. I was gonna call in some backup from the Iron Golem, and man, look at all these mobs. Using the special ability of the Tachi, I one-shotted that creeper, which was pretty awesome. And then the battle continued. The Iron Golem joined as well, and I managed to just barely dodge his attack. That's when I got the Knowledge of the Ages book. For all of those who've watched previous mod packs, that book is so amazing. It converts the drops of enemies into additional experience, and you'll see later, even a Knowledge of the Ages 1 goes hard. Did get stuck in the powered snow while I was trying to traverse the world, and I found some cool biomes like the Rocky Mountains, the White Cliffs, and in these White Cliffs there was moss, so much moss, and this moss can be turned into moss clumps, which can be eaten, and also can be upgraded with gold. Yeah. I did do some night exploration as it's pretty safe on the ice, but I did sleep halfway through the night just to have a little bit more daytime. Also, these whales are actually kind of friendly. I thought they would just destroy my boat and swallow me whole, but they were just happily swimming around. Found another entourage of church doctors, which I dispatched quickly. And I got attacked by a Vindicator, which would almost end up in my death. Look at that. I got stuck on a block. I am so happy that they didn't finish me off. That was way too close for comfort. I took to the seas again and found a huge ship that was completely covered in skeletons. Killed another entourage of church doctors and got some more blood vials. Before I found, well, a battle tower. And these battle towers look a little bit more sophisticated than the ones from RLCRAFT. Now, I certainly wasn't ready for a battle tower just yet, so I skipped on that one. The Sentinel Knight that you see on the background, yeah, don't worry about that one. We're not going there. Did loot up another hunter place and got some more food. And I tried the battle tower, which I would come to regret very soon. Because 2 mobs are easy enough to deal with. I can handle a zombie and a skeleton. But when a zombie spawns on top of me, that's when things go bad. Oh yeah, I almost died there. Oh, way too close for comfort. I was dipping. In the next village that I found, I actually had a legendary battle with this uncommon Father Eddie. Father Eddie. Father Eddie was giving me quite some trouble, man, I gotta tell you. This thing was also infested, so it spawned silverfish every once in a while, and there were just so many mobs piling on top of him. Luckily for me, the katana, the special ability, deals so much damage, and I could just whittle down their numbers one by one. I managed to finish off Father Eddie, and he summoned like 100 silverfish, so... Uh-oh. What's that sound? Oh! That's an undead army. Oh boy. That's not so hot, man. Now, the undead army does have its perks. There's a lot of mobs that give a lot of experience, and if you finish the undead army, you will get an artifact that you can hold in your offhand. Now, even though it was easy enough to go through the undead army's first wave, I ended up not being able to find that last zombie or skeleton. So I went over to this ruined nether portal and tried to loot it, which summoned some cursed armor. And this thing was tanky, man. Just look at that health bar. That's one beefy health bar, man. After a couple of jumping attacks, I managed to finish him off, and he dropped his chestplate, which had protection 3. My chestplate broke, so it was an easy decision to put it on. And the loot was absolute ass. Nice. Got some golden carrots, that was okay. And I continued on exploring. We still had quite a ways to travel before we could actually... Oh, that's a temple right there. Boys, that's big stuff. That is big stuff. First, I need some blocks, though, before we can scale that. This structure, I feel like, might give us some insane loot. We're just gonna have to get a ton of wood. This structure that's massive. Now, I might also get in trouble with the clouds. Maybe there will be some clouds that are spawning. Luckily for me, there were no clouds that spawned. I did get an advancement for super creepers. First, I had to take care of the spawners that were at the very top of this temple. That was pretty easy, and then it was looting time. Just look at all the goodies that are inside this. Golden apples, tomes of scrapping, tons of diamonds and golden carrots, as well as so many bottles of enchanting. This place was absolutely stacked with loot, and would jumpstart my adventure, especially with these tomes of scrapping, because soon we'll be able to use the anvil and unlock it. But first, I had to make my way down. Taking a gamble on using a boat was a good idea, because this was by far the easiest way to get down. Charles the Quick didn't really like me looting up the place, so he had something to say about it. I, however, did not want to deal with Charles the Quick because, man, that health bar was big. I continued on exploration, and not long after, I found the corrupted ogre. This is a pretty tough fight. I feel like this is one of the very first really difficult fights you have. First, I would whittle his health down a little bit by the arrows that I had. Then I would go in with my dual swords, and I was gonna dish it out with this guy. Now, this guy is pretty strong, so be careful. He's got a big hammer that deals AoE damage. He's got that belly flop, which will knock you back. And if you get jumped on by him, as you saw here, you will get slowness 3. And that is quite dangerous. Also, he has a special ability that summons the eye that he's holding, and that will deal magic damage to you. So you can see that he summoned the eye right there, and luckily for me, I did not get hit by it. I needed to maneuver my way a little bit around him, but that was not as easy as I thought. This guy has a lot of AoE attacks. Luckily for me, I had a lot of golden apples with me, and this is where you can see the eye's damage. Yeah, it just took my health bar down. So you have to be really careful. Just go in, dish some damage, get out, recover your health, and go back in. After a little while of doing that, I was able to take him down. And there we go, he drops some essence, an eye, and we were able to get the first of 12 eyes. Yeah, that's the first, man, it's officially started. Our journey to the end is going to be very soon. Well, not that really soon, but you know what I mean. After a little while, I also found some parkour dungeon, and, well, it wasn't easy. The bow gives me a little bit of extra speed. Aww. This one, that would... Oh, wow, how did I fail that? Okay. Okay, so, Oh, wow, is this thing, like, further... Okay. Oh, yeah, of course we failed there. Oh, my goodness. I really don't like this parkour. I'm skipping this. I'll just put a marker down, dude. After that little interaction with the parkour dungeon, I figured that if I could just make a broom later on in the mod pack, then I can just fly up to the place where I gotta go. It's gonna be really cool, trust me. I did have to camp out in the kingdom during night because this werewolf was spawn camping me, man. Look at this. How am I supposed to deal with this? I just cheesed him. I know that's not the way you guys want to see the combat, but honestly, there's no way I can fight a werewolf right now. Called in some backup from my big iron friend, and then struggling for this waystone here, dude. Ooh. You don't like to see that. Ooh, I'm glad you died from the fire. Ooh. What are you? Infested and paralyzing. That's also not good. Iron Golem, I'm gonna need some backup here. The Iron Golem, however, didn't show up for the backup, so I just had to dip, honestly. Those guys were really dangerous, especially that infested paralyzing zombie. After a little while, I found one of those blimps in the sky. Now, these places hold some pretty good loot if you're lucky. I looted up the first chest and I got a Windswept Elite Oni mask. Now, those can be upgraded as well. Might be useful to get into that. After, well, actually a lot of exploring, I managed to find myself in a sand biome. Now, luckily for me, I finally found a village. This was amazing. After so long traveling, I did actually get another waystone. So now I was able to make my way back to the GM so I could claim this quest and get the next quest, and I had a place where I could go to a battle tower. This will come in useful later, as battle towers are a great source of experience. If you combine it with some knowledge enchantment or some knowledge of the ages, hint hint, then we can get some real XP going. Firstly, I had to do some organizing at home, and I set up an automatic smelter. This was going to be such an easy way to just smelt everything down. Also, I need a ton of food, so this thing is gonna come in real clutch. After a little while, I was trying to figure out what kind of weaponry that I should make, because I wanted to steer away from the regular 2 diamond swords. So, firstly, of course, you know, I had to make a diamond tachi, and I also made a diamond halberd. Now, this thing had a lot of armor negation, so I thought this was going to be awesome. Little did I know that in my base, it would almost lead to my death. Yeah, I'm not joking. Just take a look at what happens here. Destroys my helmet. I run out of stamina. I miss the jumping attack, and
Stop, bro, I'm stuck.
That almost killed me. Oh my god. Yeah, you're as surprised as I am that that could happen. Also, they just kept pouring in, so I had to take them outside with the Diamond Tachi. And yeah, using the Diamond Tachi, it's no problem, it's easy. I crafted up some diamond leggings, I got another helmet out of the storage, and I went to the Guildmaster. And what is that noise? Oh my goodness. He is telling me about the Night Rober, which is the next boss I gotta slay. And yeah, impeding doom was coming. Several anachronisms. Very strange. I wasn't really sure what that meant. I did unlock the blast furnace, so now we could make steel, which is kind of good. And there seemed to be a long way to the Night Rober. Now, the Night Rober is a really cool boss. It is pretty much a really strong knight that has 2 swords, and he can do jumping attacks, slashing attacks, he can do explosions, he can trap you. It's quite crazy. So we're gonna make our way over there immediately, because after we kill the Night Rober, we are going to unlock the anvil. I did quickly go to another blimp and loot this place up, and this gave me a violent hawk brand of surgical precision, which is pretty interesting. I also got a Windswept Gladiator helmet with Mana Boost 3. Mana Boost 3 is a pretty good enchantment. Got a base overheal gem as well, and I found another village, where I immediately yoinked their waystone. You never have enough waystones. And that is when I found one of the, well, best structures in the game, but I didn't know it at the time. Also, there was a legendary wolf, so you know I had to try and kill it, because this mob is pretty... It's not that strong. Oh, never mind. It deals a lot of damage. Oh boy. Hold on, let me gapple up. Let me use my Diamond Tachi, just some jumping attack. There we go. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of silverfish. Wow. Alright. After killing everything, I did actually not get good enchantments from that guy. And I was not sure what I was looking at here. This giant mausoleum temple looking thing. Lava in the middle. Weird patterns on the ground. Yeah, I wasn't sure what that was. So I dipped and I continued my exploration to Night Rover. Yeah. I ran into a dragon.
Hello, motherfucker.
Oh my god! Good morning. What? Oh my god, it's so close. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I wasn't dealing with that dragon, so I ran away as quickly as possible. And then I found a pillager boat. Now, this was going to be pretty easy, I thought. I'll just, you know, use some jumping attacks, kill these guys one by one, loot up the place, because it's got some really good loot, honestly. There was one issue though. I didn't know that there were mages here. Oh yeah, and that's really dangerous. That is really dangerous. I was not prepared for that one. I did, however, put a waypoint down so I could remember where to go back. Oh, this guy's fast. He's ultimate. Oh, damn. Wow. Hold on a minute.
Get your ass back here, boy!
Hold on a damn minute. Yeah, this guy was reflective shielding and he threw potion effects that did damaging. It seems like I've got myself in a very bad predicament. You know what? I think it might be time to figure out how to make a paraglider. We can make one of those at home. Yeah, hold on. Just like that, I put a waystone down and I went back home. I was not going to get got again by a zombie like that. So I made a paraglider and I also slept the night away. So the sun would burn this, this zombie down and I wouldn't have to worry about it. Using my paraglider, I got safely away from that dangerous situation. Oh, look at this bee. Look at this drip. Oh my god. That's amazing. After that little bee encounter, I gathered up a lot of extra blocks, man. I noticed that those blocks that I used with that zombie saved my life. Because he was hasty as well, so I need blocks just to be safe. Also claimed the quest for the Hexerai and noticed that I needed 10 diamonds, a stack of emeralds and 10 golden apples in order to unlock the cauldrons. You can also do the quest line with the villagers, but then I'd have to have the RNG to get a villager, so I was just gonna focus on that way for now, because with those cauldrons we unlock the broom and we unlock flight. Yeah, like actual flight. You can fly around like you're in a boat that has the flight enchantment. Like it's absolutely crazy. Also, the Drigme charm you see here is something we'll have to get into, but we need imp scales for that. And let me tell you, those imp scales are not easy to get. It is dangerous. It is really dangerous. But we'll get into that later. First, I wanted to focus on getting the Night Rover and the Ninetails, and then we could talk about the imps. Also tamed the horse on day 24, which would make my exploration just a tad bit easier. And we were off. Roach in hand, I felt like the Witcher Geralt, and we were on the way to fight some monsters. Also, there is something called mounted combat. So if I equip my halberd here, you can see that we can actually fight like we're on a horse. And I gotta say, using this tactic, that's when the halberd is actually pretty strong. Then we found his arena, the Night Rover's arena. There we go. We had to quickly tower our way up in order to find this guy, and then we could start the fight. I did, however, first mine out a little bit of the side of the dungeon in order to, well, have a safe way to escape in case I need to. I also wanted to place my waystone down just so I could instantly teleport. I want to make absolutely sure I don't die here. There we go. We're ready. Night Rover, I will conquer you. He immediately started exploding, which was kinda scary, but I knew what I was doing. I'd fought this guy many times before, and this was gonna be a pretty easy fight. I had enough regen items with me, so this could not go awry. He exploded once more, and he was feeling furious that I knew what I was doing. Doing good so far, doing good. Maybe I could do this one. It does a little bit more damage. Okay. It does take up way more stamina. But I'm not really a big fan of it. Rather play safe with a little bit more stamina. Ooh, he blocked that one. What? Rather play safe with a little bit more stamina. So that when he does his weird trapping ability, that I don't end up being trapped in it. You catch my drift. So yeah, that's the reason why I stayed with Tatachi, and also it just feels much better because the attack speed is a lot faster. Using a couple more stabby attacks and jumping attacks, this guy's health was dwindling down like leaves in the fall. And falling, this guy was gonna do, because he was going down, baby. I needed to get myself the anvil unlocked. Come on. Let's go, Night Rover. Ooh. He actually managed to deal quite a bit of damage there. And he followed it up with another running attack. That was kind of scary. Things can go awry pretty quickly. But we had that extra absorption. We had those golden mosses in order to regain our health as fast as possible. There was no way we could lose this fight. Just needed to land 2 more attacks, and there we go. Night Rover was down. We'd gotten ourselves the Rogue Eye. Now, as you can see in the background, there is a lot of gold in this place. To be exact, I think there is about maybe 300 gold in this arena, 300 gold blocks. So I already looted out one of the 12 towers, and I got a ton of gold blocks. This was going to make crafting golden apples a lot easier, and it is perfect for this world. Quickly went over to the GM, who I explained that I'd killed Night Rover, and he gave me the next quest. The next quest was the Ninetales. Now, the Ninetales is a really strong boss, but it is a skill type boss. So if you know what you're doing, and you know which skills to dodge, you can take this guy down fairly quickly. Firstly, I went back home and I started smelting all the gold, because now we'd unlocked the anvil and I could use my Fortune 3 and my Protection 2 books. I crafted up the anvil immediately, ready to go at it. I had 18 levels, so I enchanted my diamond leggings with Protection 2 and I put the Fortune 3 on the pickaxe. I also wanted to use some of the books that I had laying around, but they were a little bit too expensive. That's when I found out there was a rare mob outside my base. So I quickly went underwater and started giving him the walloping of his life, using the diamond tachi to cut through him like butter. After going down, this guy did not drop a rare item, so I felt scammed, man. It said in the description that it always drops it. Took out my vengeance on the spider, and this spider gave me a Scavenger 2 book. Now, Scavenger 2 re-rolls the loot table of a mob to give you the more rare item. So, I mean, the imp skills that we need for the Drigme farm are rare items. So this is going to be absolutely perfect. I quickly gathered a bunch of gold and made 10 golden apples, after which I took out a stack of emeralds from my backpack and 10 diamonds from my chest, which unlocked us the mixing cauldron. Oh yeah, we're gonna get into witchery pretty early, because that broom is something that I want to rush. Mixing cauldron unlocked, we did have to get a little bit more iron. Cauldrons can hold various types of liquid, which can be poured into directly, or you can craft it using the menu of the cauldron. Now, witchery has a lot of different recipes that require blood or water. So this took a little bit of finicking around with, but it's pretty easy to use actually. I did need a cauldron, which is 7 iron, and I needed 5 more iron on top of that. So we had to hit the mines, because I am going to make the helm of the paladin and the boots of the paladin, which will give me 8 extra health as a half set bonus. Firstly, I gathered up a bit of coal because we needed more fuel for the furnaces. I then found this crystallion in the mines, and man, these things are beefy. They also shoot up crystals from the ground, which are kinda scary. After dealing with that crystallion, I found some extra iron and I noticed the big chasm that was in this mine. It was huge. Now, the only way to make my mine reliable and safe is if I torch up the whole place. So that was going to be my first big task in the mines, is just torch everything up so that nothing can spawn. And it was a little bit easier said than done, because at some point a lot of mobs started spawning. Like, a lot of mobs. I ended up having to fend for my life as these mobs were trying to rip my face off. But, as you remember, we got the Diamond Tachi in the hand, and this thing goes absolutely wild. Just look at the combat. This thing deals so much damage. It is amazing. Now, right over there you can actually see some platinum, which we need to make that half set. And you can get kind of unlucky and it drops only nuggets, but we got enough platinum laying around here in order to make that helmet and those boots. Did get visited by this giant skeleton. What is this thing? Oh my goodness. I had to take it one step at a time with this guy. Luckily for me, after dishing, and I fought Night Robert, so this guy was a piece of cake. I got some more platinum ore, which was gonna allow me to get 4 extra hearts. Oh yeah, dude, this platinum armor is absolutely sick. Also, I will show you something really cool about the platinum helmet later. First, I wanted to loot up this chest, but the Crystallians had other plans, so that was not really possible. Back in my base, I started smelting the platinum, and I crafted up all of the nuggets. Now we needed a sanguine steel ingot and a normal steel ingot as well. So first, I got a ton of gold. Well, I got 4 gold from my ton of gold that I have. I got a beast blood clot, and that way we could make the sanguine steel ingot. Now, we needed to smelt down a normal iron ingot into a steel ingot using the blast furnace. And then we needed 4 platinum ingots, and we could make the helm of the paladin. Yeah, this thing's quite expensive for the early game, I would say. But nonetheless, we were making it, because this thing has 8 armor. Yeah, I'm not kidding, 8 armor. That's more than a diamond chestplate. Yo, look at my armor bar right now. It is completely maxed out. It has 8 armor. My guys, this is insane. Combining that with boots that have the same armor value as the boots that I have now, and it gives me 4 extra health. Yeah, this was a no-brainer. This thing was absolutely crazy. And just like that, we had maxed out our armor bar, we had 4 extra health, and we were ready to fight Ninetales. Yeah, we're gonna unlock the smithing table, guys. I did quickly take a tome of scrapping, and I scrapped some of the unwanted gear that I had, which gave me an Unbreaking 3, which I put on the helm of the paladin. I really didn't want this thing to break, honestly. Okay, now we need to go ahead. What is making that noise, dude? What? Oh my god. After hearing all those strange noises, I needed to light up my base in order to, well, prevent those noises from happening, because man, that is some scary stuff. I also made my mixing cauldron, and the interface looks really cool. First, we needed to make a blood sigil, which is made with redstone and polished blackstone. So I hit the mines and I gathered up some redstone and some blackstone. After that, I could just insert them into the cauldron, and we needed a little bit of lava. So I went quickly in the mines where I had to fend for my life because all of these Crystallians showed up for some reason. I mean, there were just so many of them. And I got a bucket of the hot stuff. After that, I could go home and I made the blood sigil. Now, inserting the blood sigil, we now had everything in order to start looking at the recipe of the willow broom. So we needed willow logs, water, wheat, golden blocks, bottles of blood, and mandrake roots. Now, I didn't really have any of that stuff besides for the gold and the wheat, so we needed to go out exploring. That's when this bloodsucker started sucking on me.
Hey, yo!
And this Enderman started beating me up while he was... Yeah, well, this was just a really crazy situation. So I decapitated that weird necromancer, well, brain sucker, gave him a piece of his own medicine, and then we were right back to exploring because we needed to find a swamp biome. In the swamp biome, you have a chance of finding the willow logs. First, I did oogle that Shikage a little bit. I really wanted to make that katana, which is made with the Blood and Madness weaponry. And I first wanted to get some blood out of the cauldron, but it wasn't working. After a little while, I figured out there was still some lava left inside of the cauldron, so I took it out with normal glass bottles. After that, the cauldron was completely empty. I sacrificed a bit of my own blood, and I could take out a bottle of blood. So we had pretty much all of the items ready, except for the willow logs and, yeah, the mandrake root. It's gonna be an adventure when we find that mandrake, oh boy. Anyways, I quickly made a stop by the GM, and I wanted to, well, continue my exploration while also going towards the next boss. So while we were traveling to the Ninetales, I was also figuring out if we could find a swamp anywhere. I traveled beautiful landscapes covered in giant mushrooms. I looted up abandoned structures after dispatching the hunters inside of the shack. And it was overall just a really great experience. This mod pack looks absolutely stunning. I traveled by boat a little bit to take out my inner pirate. And after having traveled so long, I found myself in the Frozen Peaks, where I found another one of those temples. Now, I didn't want to scale the temple again, as there is a huge risk involved when you scale up with blocks. And right after that, I found an amethyst geode that was at surface level. I didn't even know this was possible. This is amazing. I got 62 blocks of amethyst, which will translate into 62 blocks of source gems. We'll get into that a little bit later. But at first, I needed to loot up this, well, it's a ruined nether portal, and it spawns a cursed armor. But I could take all the loot out right before that thing would start attacking me. So after this little loot and dash, this cursed armor was, yeah, it was salty. It couldn't reach me. I then found a really cool looking village out in the wild. And oh my god, what is that noise? Oh boy. That's some scary stuff right here, man. This place is haunted. I need to get some rest and I need to get out of here ASAP. During morning time, I also found another entourage of these church doctors, and while fighting them, it seemed like they were mostly fighting amongst themselves, which was kind of weird. Wasn't really sure what was going on here, to be honest. But yeah, they were shooting each other, they were stabbing each other. It was a crazy party, man. I gotta tell you that. And that's when I noticed something really funny about my character. And my character's actually looking kind of goofy here.
I am the first crusader.
Oh, the first crusader, goddamn. Oh my god. No way I just spotted that out of the corner of my eye. Guys, this is it. This is it. It's a swamp biome. Oh my god. Yes. Give me everything. Oh, and I get a willow sapling. Oh yeah. All right, mandrake, dead bush. That's not what I was looking for. Shut up, man. Well, I mean, there has to be some out here, right? Look at these cute little guys. Oh my god. It looks like this. It's very purple. Oh! That's it. How do we do this? What? Alright, clicked it and it... What? Was it not fully grown yet or something? What's going on? Oh my god, the lack of knowledge is killing me. That's how we get the mandrake plants. How do we... Man, is there no book? I need to do a pro gamer move and I need to consult the wiki. The less cool side of playing a mod pack, not knowing what the fuck you're doing. Alright, Hexarai, Mandrake, Root. Let's see what we gotta do. Excuse me, I need a photogenetic insulate. What? That's not even the phytogenetic insulator is not even in this mod pack. What? There's one YouTube video on it that says through cheating. What do you mean? I don't want to cheat. What? I have apparently stumbled upon a study that says a mandrake root is for treating stomach ulcers, colic, constipation, asthma. Man, I don't want the real life stuff. What do you mean? Dang, there's like literally nothing on the internet. What? Let's make ourselves a book of shadows. All right. Okay, I can't right click it. Nice. Must be placed on an altar to be read. Now I need What? Another wood type I don't have? Wiki. Where is my beautiful wiki? Mahogany tree. There we go. In jungles at a decent rate. Hey, it spawns in the jungle. You know what biome we got right next to us? Oh yeah, jungle biome, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, where is this mahogany tree? I have a mission, however. Hello? What? Something stomping about is huge. It sounds too close. Oh, hello. That's a corrupted ogre. What do you mean? Nice. Oh, it was faster than I expected. Yes. Okay, Book of Shadows, Book of Shadows. Whew. Now, I want to learn all the secrets. Where are the secrets to the mandrake root? Nice. Okay. Oh no. No. I crashed. Oh, that's bad. I might need to consult the Discord server. I think I'm gonna maybe have to fish for a little bit of information there. Trying to load up the game after the crash, and is that just Notch chilling on Bedrock?
What's up, fuckers?
What's going on here? Well, now we can look at this really cool book. That's actually really awesome. Very interactive. I mean, you can just scroll through pages like this. I've never seen something like it, but it's awesome. Also, on the page for the mandrake root, it shows that you obtain it by right-clicking a fully grown mandrake plant. There we go. Oh my god. We got it. Hold on a second. Before we hit day 30, I wanna make this work, you know? It's working. Guys. Lads. Yo! Oh my, and it's fast. It's actually quite fast. How do I descend though? Hold on. Look at this!
You're a wizard.
ElAbro.
Yo! This slaps so good. Oh, it has durability though. Okay, gotta be careful of that. We put the broom down. We take off. Oh my goodness. Hey, don't mind me. I'm just perusing through the world on my broom, minding my own business. On the way to the Ninetales to get our smithing table so we can socket some gems. Oh yeah, we're actually really close. All right, let's get this Ninetales out of the way. My boy, where are you? And there is a Goblin King right next to him. All right. We found where the Ninetales resides. Calm down, buddy. Let me eat my golden apple first. God. Oof. Scary. Oh, no. Ah, that's the grab. Okay. That's a ranged attack, I think. Okay. Ah! The slime's making it difficult. Oh, my chest plate broke. Dang. Ooh. Luckily for me, I have another one. Ooh, that hurts. That one shot that guy. Dang. Do the grab. Up. Ooh, there's the grab. Nice. Dodge. Ooh, spicy. Okay, he does another lunge. Cool. Dodge that one. Grab. Nice. Good combo. Nice. Still in previous arrows. Okay, do another grab. There you go. Nice. Good. Ooh. Need to be careful of that one. No. The silver beast is bad. The silver beast is bad, man. Oh, is he hurting it? He's hurting it. I got him at least. What? What do you mean? That's a flamethrower. Oh my god. After getting back to the Guildmaster, I was ready to turn in my quest after defeating the Ninetales. We were going to unlock some great stuff. At this point, he wasn't even surprised to see me defeat the boss anymore. Really? Now, the next eye holder was the Skeleton Lord, and this guy was beefy. We also unlocked the enchanting table and smithing table, so that was dope. Firstly, we had to make an imbuement chamber. Now, an imbuement chamber is what we need in order to turn all of those amethyst blocks into source gem blocks. Now, a simple setup with a hopper on top of the imbuement chamber will allow us to pretty much constantly have the flow of source gem blocks. Whenever a source gem block is ready after the crafting progress, you just take it out and another one will pop right back in. I also cleared out some area in order to set up my enchanting apparatus. Now, this kind of works like an enchanting table in order to make some of the recipes from Ars Nouveau. I did have to go into the mines to get a little bit extra iron, and I got attacked by some crystallians. These were, however, no problem to deal with as they're really slow, and my Tachi was just slicing through them. I could slice through rock. It was kind of cool. I also killed this rare mob captain, but he didn't drop any rare items, which was kind of weird. Back at home, I started making the pedestals in order to finish up my enchanting apparatus. Although I did ran out of source gemstone really quickly. After crafting up the enchanting apparatus, I put it in the middle and I started surrounding it by the pedestals. I did also finish one crafting process of a source gem block, and after it was finished, I could just take it out. There we go. It automatically puts in the next amethyst block into the imbuement chamber, and now I can just craft 4 more pedestals. And there we go, the enchanting apparatus was set up. I could start making some of these really cool recipes. One of the first ones that I needed to make was the agronomic source link. Now, the agronomic source link pretty much gathers up source whenever any type of crop grows nearby it. This is going to be one of the best items I can make in a mod pack, because that is going to allow us to set up a Drigme farm. And speaking about Drigmes, while I was out exploring to find some, I got around to finding another pillager base. Look at this thing. It is giant. Quickly shot down the Vindicator that was on top of the tower, and I tried blocking off the entrance, but one of them managed to get up there. So I wanted to first block off the entrance that I wouldn't have to deal with too many other ones, but this guy was just chasing me all over and I needed one more block. So I tried mining it, but he was too fast. I got around to the block in just enough time. I finished barring off this pathway to the top of the tower, and I killed the Vindicator. Now it was looting time. In these chests, the loot is kinda mid. It's just basically some food, some bottles of enchanting, a lot of wood. Now this was the place that I was looking forward to, because in these chests, especially the double chest on the left, there is a chance to find mending. First I had to bar off the entranceway again, and then it was looting time. Got some more food, got some more iron, and then it was time for the big bucks. A lot of protection, armor, and weaponry, and oh my goodness, we did get a mending sword. That is beautiful. I quickly snatched all the loot that was worth taking, and then I needed to make my way over to the secret entrance. Now, what does the secret entrance do? Well, I'm glad you asked. This secret entrance leads to a stack of emerald blocks. Oh yeah, look at that. So many emerald blocks, so many gold blocks as well, totems of undying, and golden carrots. It is beautiful. Whenever you get to loot this place up, it is awesome. I then skillfully made my way out of the base, and I jumped in the water to make a graceful escape. Hopping on my broom, I was ready to go out and explore again. I still needed to find a lot more Drigmes and a lot more starbunkles. First, I did, however, snatch up this Ars Nouveau tree because I needed a little bit more of that wood. Back at home, I crafted all of the raw gold blocks into gold ore, put them into my auto smeltery, and started sorting through the items that I gotten during that small travel. I also scrapped the mending book, so now I had a mending book in my backpack, which I was probably going to use for my paladin set. I then made the agronomic source link, and I put it in my backpack to keep safe until I would use it on my Drigme farm. I then started making some of the source jars. We needed about 6 to have an efficient farm running. These source jars are going to be what's going to be storing the energy that gets created from the agronomic source link. Then later, after the source jars are full, that's when the Drigmes can take the source out and use that as fuel in order to start farming some items. I also figured out what was making those crazy noises. It was silverfish that were upstairs stuck in these chairs. Back in my base, I was ready to start creating the next cool thing. This is a lunch bag. Now, the lunch bag can be upgraded into a lunch box, which can be upgraded into a golden lunch box. Now, what does this do? Pretty much, it is a really awesome item. You know how we have to get the food diversity up. Now, the way we can do this is we can put, I think, like 18 different food items inside this lunchbox, and it will always take a random one in order to get your food diversity up. So this is one of the ways, if we fill it with very high saturation items, we can get some crazy diversity going. Out in the wild, man, the mobs started spawning like crazy. I did, however, find a roguelike dungeon, which was the next stop in order to get further into my Drigme farm, because we needed to get at least 3 imp scales, which is a rare drop from the dungeon imps, and that way we can make our first Drigme charm. I also put some extra enchantments on my Tachi, then I was ready to go. I started looting the place up, destroying spawners, looting chests, looting more chests, getting some phantom membrane. I also found a chest with 2 rare items inside of it. I guess that's kind of a lucky find, right? I then made my way over to the fungal caves and I got a critical strike 2 book, as well as some golden apples, and then it was time to kill some more mobs. Now, I was employing some rather unorthodox methods, as I made the skeleton shoot the zombie and then they would start killing each other. I mean, gotta do anything in order to win, right? After mining the spawner, I was starting to have a pretty filled inventory. Also, the food diversity had gone up to 10.6, so we were really close to getting another max 5 stamina. That's the power of the lunchbox. And it spawned another cursed armor while I was trying to loot the chest. Now, some of these cursed armors are kinda scary, man. This one, however, he went down without a problem. Looting up the chests, I was graced with a graceful katana. This is insane, guys. I didn't notice it at that time because I didn't know, but the katana is the best weapon in the whole mod pack. You'll see later what I mean. I then found some imps that were throwing bombs, and I was using my bow to shoot them down. Yeah, I was not dealing with these imps with melee, because they're quite dangerous. Using this power 3 bow, I was able to kill them pretty quickly, actually. And I was gonna need to kill a lot of them if I wanted to get 3 imp skills, because it's a rare drop, man. And these guys are quite scary. As you can see, they're throwing smoke bombs everywhere, damaging bombs. I almost died here. Luckily for me, I had those blood vials going. And I wanted to get in there with my Scavenger 2 katana, because it makes the mob re-roll the loot table, which means that I have a higher chance of getting a rare item. So I went in with the katana, and I tried getting some hits in. Sadly for me, I only got 1 imp scale. Then I met Edward the Cold, and this guy was tanky, let me tell you. This health bar was really beefy. He also shot me with a slowness arrow that also gave me resistance 4. So there was no way he was going to deal any damage to me. After killing him, I got some of his loot, and that's when I noticed he dropped a power 4 infinity bow. So it was really worth it to kill Edward the Cold. And damn, we can combine this bow with any other bow in order to make it even more powerful. My armor was starting to take some heavy damage, however. I needed to keep an eye out for that. I changed up my pants with some iron pants I found in the pillager base. And that's when I met this cursed armor, which was incredibly fast, and it gave me a very heavy slowness effect. Luckily for me, I could do some good damage to it, and he wasn't that tanky. But man, that can go very badly if you're not prepared. I did, however, find another katana. I'm really sad you can't dual wield the katanas, but it was pretty cool. I also found Brog the Bulwark, and this guy only seemed to be taking damage as he was walking. Whenever he was trying to shoot his bow, he wasn't taking any damage. So after a good amount of whacking the piñata, I finally killed him. And he didn't really drop anything good, sadly. I also had to change out my boots because my paladin boots had broken. So we were down 4 hearts right now, which was kind of sad. I did spend some more time killing these imp bomb throwers, and I got another imp scale. Okay, this was some big stuff, man. I just needed one more imp scale, and then we were good to go. We could make our first Drigme charm. A little bit later on, I did actually get the 3rd imp scale, and I went back home in order to start making some new cool stuff. I also got some ender pearls, so it was finally time to make my auto feeding upgrade. Now, this upgrade is really sick. Whenever you put food items in your backpack, the backpack will feed you. You don't have to manually eat anymore. So this was amazing during fights. I did, however, keep the lunchbox in my inventory in order to just manually keep my food diversity up, as we had unlocked the first benefits of the food diversity. The experience bump upgrade was still too expensive, as I didn't have any blaze rods to make Eyes of Ender. And when I went out exploring again for Drigmes, I found a random waystone, I found a corrupted ogre in the wild, and 2 giant villages right next to the swamp that I was at before. So that was kind of amazing. I finished off the corrupted ogre, and if you find them out in the wild, they also drop essence, which was amazing. It was just purely amazing. I also got the waystone that was laying around, and we were back on the way. I found this really weird troll boss looking thing, and after I killed it, I got a quest complete for the giant. Now, this guy also dropped a rare item, which was called the Giant Eye Fragment. Now, I remember that this is an item that you can use in Ars Nouveau, but first I wanted to focus on these starbuncles. I did find one, and later I found another one, and I need about 4 starbuncles, so I was gonna look around a little bit more. I did manage to snatch up a 3rd starbuncle shard, and I was feeling pretty confident, man. Now, I wanted to raid up this orc encampment, but it seems like every one of these encampments has got a legendary reflective and enkindling mob, so I wasn't really down to deal with that because reflective is kind of scary. Did manage to snatch up another ogre, get another essence, and we were back on the way. I did find a Colosseum looking structure later on in my travels, and it looked pretty cool. It was pretty crazy. It also had a phantom spawner in the middle, which I wasn't sure if that was a boss or anything, but there were Ravengers all around, so I wasn't dealing with that. I managed to find another waystone out in the wild, and this broom is making exploration so much easier. Oh, I guess they can break as well. Okay, I might have to go home quickly and figure out how to make another broom, or how to repair these brooms. Back at home, I realized you can just make a wet broom brush, but you need some different kind of leaves for it, some mugwort leaves and yellow dock leaves, and I didn't have any of those. I did make some new paladin boots and repaired my paladin helmet, and yeah, you cannot put mending on an infinity bow, sadly. That's when I got raided by an undead army. Just all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I was just chilling in my base, and these guys, yeah, chilling in my base, and the creeper blows up. Man, what was going on? These mobs were out to get me tonight. Oh my goodness. I made some quick repairs in order to have my base fully operational again. I took a nap because I wasn't fighting the undead army in the nighttime. We were doing it in the daytime. Oh yeah. And I wanted to actually get these undead armies gone, because there are some really good drops that you can get. Like I said before, you can get an artifact that you hold in your offhand that gives you bonuses. And one of the bonuses you can get is 15% movement speed, which is big. That is really big. So I was going for that one. I am always using a two-handed weapon. As you can see, the Tachi, I can't really use any other shield with that. So that offhand artifact is going to go a long way. I managed to quickly get through wave 1 and 2. And then we were on to wave 3, which spawned a tank. What? A tank? Oh my goodness. Look at this skeleton. Holy. He's not really that tanky though. I thought a tank would be much stronger. Oh well. The better for me. I managed to finally finish off the undead army. And there were just 1 or 2 more skeletons remaining. The guy took a Tachi to the chest and he went down. After a little while, I couldn't find the last skeleton or zombie, but he apparently drowned or burned to a crisp, which gave me the undead loot bag. Now this is what holds some goodies as well as the jar of souls. Each soul has a different effect, and with this one I got movement speed, range, and mining speed, which is really good. I mean, the range and the movement speed is awesome. And just like that, we had a speed setup, man. I'm telling you, speed goes a long way in this mod pack. I did bone meal some more of those mandrake roots in order to get more mandrake so I can make a couple more brooms. Now, the brooms are expensive as you need 2 gold blocks for that, but I mean, we have loads of gold over at the Night Rover's place. We're gonna go over to the Corrupted Ogre, put a waystone down there, and let's do those 2 parkour dungeons as well. What?
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Excuse me?
Ooh, that's kind of small. Yikes.
What is going on? Oh my goodness. Oh, it's one of those. I already know what's going on. We need to get out of here as soon as possible, as fast as possible. There was a mutant skeleton which was shooting me down. He just shot my broom out of the air. No warning, no hesitation. The guy just no-scope diffed me. So, the next time I was going to go with my broom, I was going to go up high enough so no skeleton could ever shoot. We're going back to... Ooh, I think that's one of the parkour dungeons. Hold on. I got a broom now. Oh, don't tell me it's that easy. Okay. It's that easy. Let me quickly go over to the other one. Get those spirit orbs as well. And then we can already increase our stamina. Oh my goodness. That's kind of good. I like that. I'm also going to place a waystone down over at the Corrupted Ogre in order to have a place to farm essence. Because when you kill this guy, he drops essence. And you need essence to increase your health, your stamina, and to make a cage trap, which was why I was gathering essence. The cage trap is amazing as you can catch any mob inside of it. Why do I need to catch mobs? Well, the Drigme farm can use most enemies to farm them pretty much AFK. I want to get an imp inside of my Drigme farm. I want to get a monster from Blood and Madness in order to get more blood vials, because these things are really useful. And I want to get some more of those random mobs inside of there. So I got my cage trap in my hand. I had some Wilden Horns as well to get more Drigme shards. And I wanted to make my first Drigme charm, so I could start setting up this Drigme farm actually. This Drigme charm recipe is really expensive. You need 3 source gems, you need 3 imp scales, you need a wheat and a fish. And then you put the shard inside, and we need an arcane core first. Okay, kind of forgot about that one. Let me just quickly make the arcane core and place it underneath the enchanting apparatus, and there we go. Now we were fully operational. Put the shard inside and it is making a Drigme charm. I also quickly went ahead and made one of those Starbuncle charms, which is crafted with just golden nuggets and source gems. That's it. Really, really cheap. Now, what can you do with these Starbuncle charms? These Starbuncles can be used in order to... What is the Guildmaster doing?
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
Oh my goodness, what? Alright, you're just hanging out over there? Okay, before I get into the starbunkles, I first need to get these goddess statues. Because these are what you use in order to, well, pretty much submit the essence and the spirit orbs in order to get your stamina up. Now, I could just mine these and take them home with me. Also, while exploring, I found another Drigme, which gave me one more Drigme charm. Gem, shard. Oh my goodness. I'm fumbling so hard today. And we made another Drigme charm. Now, what do we also need to make? We need to make a Dominion wand, which is 1 gold, 2 source gems, and a stick. And that is going to allow us to pretty much hook those starbunkles and those Drigmes up to any place I need them to. The starbunkles I need to hook up to a chest, and the Drigmes I need to have a chest right next to them. I also made a drying rack so I could finally start making some wet broom brushes in order to, well, kind of save a little bit on the crafting recipes. But I needed mugwort and yellow dock. So I went back to my swamp and I found this guy. Oh my goodness, what kind of crazy helmet are you selling? Time-worn visage. So I went home and I quickly crafted up 2 diamond helmets. I had more than enough emeralds from that pillager base, and I quickly traded my emeralds and diamond helmet with this guy. I could only do the trade one time, which was kind of sad, but I was hoping I could scrap that mending using a tome of scrapping, because that could mean I can put mending on both of my paladin sets. I also managed to find the mugwort, the belladonna, and also the yellow dock, so we were pretty much stacked up. I quickly took the last plant with me, the mugwort, and I could just set these plants up outside of my base so I didn't have to go looking for them. Over at the base, I put them down and I also used some bone meal on them. I then collected some rice from the rice farm, and I could start making these wet broom brushes. Now, these wet brooms are a little bit cheaper to make, and you can just hang them up on the drying rack, and after 50 seconds they are dried out and you can use them on your brooms. So I crafted up a bunch of them in order to, well, not really have to do that too much, and I started cleaning up the base a little bit. I also made a proper storage area right next to the auto smeltery, and yeah, don't worry, I finished off with the last chest. I wasn't gonna leave it like that. That would be kinda weird, right? I was scouring around my base and I found the tome of scrapping. I scrapped the helmet and I got protection 2, mending, and unbreaking 5, which is crazy. Crazy. I also wanted to put critical strike on my Tachi, but that was way too expensive. So I went outside looking for sourceberries. Now, why do I want sourceberries? We'll get into that later. That is going to be in the Drigme farm, but first I had to go back into one of the roguelike dungeons, kill some mobs, mine some spawners, loot some chests, and we were on the hunt for an imp. I did get overwhelmed one time, which was kind of scary, but that didn't stop me from my mission. I needed to find an imp and trap him in the cage trap, because I really didn't want to farm these guys or go out hunting for them manually too much to get the imp skills. I wanted to have my Drigme farm the skills for me, which sounds a lot better. I did find one of those melee imps and I laid down my trap. Now I just had to wait for him to pretty much fall into the trap and he was going to be mine. It's going to be my little pet that I farm. There we go. He's inside of the trap. Now I just had to collect the trap. And his buddy did not like that. Man, he started charging at me like crazy. I did manage to finish him off and he dropped another imp skill. So I had 3 more imp skills and I had an imp in my inventory. I also managed to repair my infinity power core bow, and I wanted to really focus on that Drigme farm. So I made a name tag called Impy in order to use that on the imp that I was going to put in my farm. First, however, I had to really light up the place. I've been saying it since like 10 days ago that I was going to light this place up, and I never did. So it was high time. I also used my source gems and the other crafting items like the imp skills in order to make another Drigme charm. We had 2 Drigme charms that we were going to be able to utilize. And the more Drigme charms you use, so the more Drigmes that are running your farm, the faster the farm gets and the more efficient it becomes. Also, you need to have a high diversity of mobs in order to keep your Drigme happy. I first set up the agronomic source link and the source berries, as well as a couple of chests in order to hook them up to my starbuncles. I'm going to have the starbuncles pretty much gather all the source berries. They can farm them automatically. Put them in the chest, and the agronomic source link will take the source from the growing. Now, I'm going to put 6 source jars right next to the agronomic source link that are going to store the energy that is created, and then the Drigme can just take out the energy from the source jar and farm all the mobs while I am doing other things. Hey, it's all about efficiency here. I made 8 iron blocks in order to have an upgrade, and this upgrade is actually quite sick. Now, normally a stack of items in an inventory is only 64. The stack upgrade doubles that amount, so each inventory slot can hold up to 128 items. So I placed that diamond backpack with the stack upgrade down right next to the mossy cobblestone. Now you might be thinking, why did you place it right next to a cobblestone? What's going on there? Well, if you use a Drigme charm on a mossy cobblestone, that's when you actually summon the Drigme altar. And you can put as many Drigme inside of one altar as you want, but you first have to summon the altar anyway. Back at my base, I did some organizing, and then I wanted to focus on that farm. And just like that, everything was ready, and I was getting barraged by another troop of phantoms. These things are making my nights so restless. But I had the positive side of finally getting an imp inside of the Drigme farm. Oh, I mined the block underneath it. That's kind of weird. The guy started going crazy, but we put our first Drigme into the farm. All of the magical orbs were gathering at his altar, and my starbuncles were doing some kind of weird ritual. Okay, I'm not sure what's going on over there, but I did expand the starbuncle farm a little bit more, and my Drigme had his altar. Now, why did I put an imp as the first mob into the farm is because that way my Drigme is gonna farm all of the scales and I can get the scales more easily. I also got another name tag and I called it Cowie because I wanted to get a cow in the farm as well. And I was dealing with some kind of nuclear reactor situation over here. The Drigme was happy about it, but I was really doubtful. I then went on to do a little bit of exploring. And during my travels, I got shot down once again. And it started to become very scary. Like, getting shot down in the middle of the night surrounded by mobs is never going to give me an uneasy feeling. I immediately warp-stoned home, and I was back in safety. The next morning, I found a beast patient, and that is one of the guys from Blood and Madness. And if I capture one of those, they are going to give me the blood clumps. It's not clots, it's clumps. I got it wrong before. But they are going to give me the blood clumps, and they're also going to give me the blood vials. So I had a, well, pretty much medicinal farm as well, as those blood vials are absolutely amazing. They are instant. Oh my god, it killed my pig. Are you kidding me? Dude, I have to suppress my anger right now so I don't chop your head off. Be calm. I still need you in my farm. I can't just go and chop your head off, sadly. Alright, but I had a imp setup and I had a beast patient setup, which were the two most necessary mobs, pretty much. I went over to my nearby village and I got a quest to give him 16 iron ingots. Now, this was pretty easy to do. I still had a lot of iron laying around, and after I submitted the quest, this guy was really happy. And really shameful. He was feeling ashamed that he had to ask an adventurer for resource gathering. Alright, I mean, he's gonna give me a pillager extermination contract, so I guess I'll take that. And I'll just quickly get the grindstone as well, so I could use that. Alright, there we go. We got the grindstone knowledge up, and we had a quest to kill 5 pillagers. I'm guessing there's gonna be something to happen after that. Also picked up a quest to get some pasta with mutton chops. And then I went spear fishing, or should I say bow fishing. I needed to get another couple of raw fish in order to make more Drigmes. And speaking about making more Drigmes, here we go. I still had 2 more Drigme shards that I could turn into Drigmes, and my farm would become that much better. It had already produced 2 blood clumps, which is amazing. We need a couple more in order to pretty much forge the weapon that I'm going for, but we'll get into that later. It's gonna be really exciting. I had to deal with a little ghoul infestation outside of my base firstly, and then I found this spawner chest. And it had a pickaxe inside with mending. Look at that. That's amazing. Also some more gold and name tags. So I went out and I found myself an enderman. Now, I really wanted to have an enderman in the farm because these ender pearls, you don't come by them too often in the mod pack, I feel like. So I got a name tag, called it Endy, and I put the name tag on him the next day in the morning time. Now, I didn't really think about that enderman can teleport, so after killing the zombie, the guy was already gone. He dipped, man. He was out. He was saying, I'm not staying in this cage. I'm out, my boy. So I put a second beast patient in there just to boost the drop rates of those blood clumps and those blood vials. Because if you have duplicate mobs in your farm, the Drigmes will roll their table twice. Which is very useful, by the way. As you can see, I already got 2 blood vials and 5 clumps. Also, those gems that you saw were experience gems. Yeah, it's pretty much an AFK experience farm as well. Out in the wild, I found a pillager's ship, which was perfect because I still had to complete that quest. Little did I know, however, that this ship would eventually almost become my death. I first had this really weird silverfish boss that had knocking and dampening. He took like 30 arrows to kill, and that's when it happened. I wanted to trap this Vindicator, and I trapped him, which closed off the way behind me. Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! And these guys were whacking away at me. My only chance was to dig out, and oh my god, I was lucky enough that there was only 1 block underneath me. Oh, that was a little too close for comfort for me, man, I'm telling you. But I did get a pillager in my... come on, man, don't hit me like that. You know I'll have to off you if you hit me too much. Hey, calm down, buddy. Calm down. I did went over to that villager that gave me that quest, and... well, it might have been better if I didn't claim that quest. Because he forged a greatsword for me, for times like these, and a fucking raid happened on the village. Like, they started coming out of nowhere. Witches, Ravengers. You know, I just had to quickly cop that witch in my cage trap. Even with all the craziness going on, I'm still thinking about efficiency. But yeah, this fight was crazy. All the iron golems were fighting all of the pillagers, and a whole bunch of them spawned in front of me. And I wasn't really having it, man. I had a broom. I could get away. So I wished the guys over at the village good luck. I gave them my blessing, and I never wanted to go back there. I mean, we're gonna go back there eventually to avenge the village for my great hero story. But I had the broom now, so I first wanted to go to that temple. You know what I'm saying? I want to get some of that good loot. So I mined all the spawners and I started looting, and man, I never get tired of seeing so many diamonds, so much food and iron, and tomes of scrapping in one place. It just feels like Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Christmas came early. I then met Barako the Sun Chief. Now I've seen this guy before in mod packs, but I didn't know he was in this. So, started bowing him down from my... oh my god, I deal a lot of damage. Whoa, what is that? This guy is standing no... oh, hey, 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 hey.
Hey, hey!
Don't shoot me down like that. He's charging up, and he's got his invincibility, which means we need to kill the ads. I'm not feeling like it. I'm gonna go away. I did run into this really weird witch hut. A witch's stump. I mean, I stumped the witches that were in there, that's for sure. Started sipping on her potion. Yeah, nerd. I didn't really know what to do with this witch's stump. I don't think there was any useful items in here, so I just left it alone for now. I then made my way over to a village that had a roguelike dungeon right smack dab in the middle of it. Also, next to it was another village. So, this was a great place to go look for some villager quests. And it didn't take me long to find one. This guard had a quest for me that required me to give him a piece of paper so he could draw me a map. Now, on this map, there was supposedly an enemy and a villager that I had to rescue. So, I first helped the guys in the village kill the boss that was terrorizing them. I mean, standing on top of a balcony apparently no-diffed them, so they couldn't reach it for some reason. And this guy dropped 3 set of pants. I mean, how thick was this man? 3 pairs of pants. God damn. I then spent a really long time looking for the quest marker on the map that the villager guard gave me. As you can see, I flew from day in to night out, pretty much. During the nighttime, however, I arrived at the destination, and it was just a regular old village. So I think the world generation kind of messed up on this one, because I think you're supposed to find a pillager camp, if I'm not mistaken. I did try to mine down, because I was thinking, hey, maybe the pillagers set up base in one of the caves, and they kidnapped the kid in the cave. But there was a spider dungeon in the cave. And I'm pretty sure the pillagers don't like spiders. I mean, I don't like them. So I left that quest alone because I don't think there was any way of completing it. I did, however, hit up that roguelike dungeon that was next to the village, which was amazing, by the way. I finally was able to go through these dungeons one by one and just go through them completely. I also met Sylvana Heartfire, who sipped potions like a nerd as well. I mean, come on, look at that. She's trying to punch the air and drink so many health potions. It's not gonna work, man. I got a power 4 bow. What do you think? Who do you think you are? This cursed armor got stuck in a cobweb, which was amazing. I mean, didn't have to worry about him chasing me. That's nice. And I actually didn't know that you could find the Starbuncle shards in roguelike dungeons. Pretty much. That's kind of cool. I then got ambushed by one of the guys who made his way down the staircase. That's a first for me. He didn't have a great time coming down, though. Of course, I met my most favorite and most liked mob in the Modpack. I mean, maybe I shouldn't complain. There could also be a spawner with mimics. That would be much worse. But still, these guys are quite annoying, as they're just mostly dangerous. I'm running a really strong setup of gear, and this guy's dealing 5 hearts of damage to me. Yeah. They also like to hide around corners, as you can see. That makes it even more scary. Of course, you know, you had your good bunch of bomb throwers as well. And, I mean, I knew these guys. I wasn't going to take damage. Okay, we're going to pretend you guys didn't see that. I also met a wandering trader, and, man, let me tell you. This guy had a stacked trade. I didn't need a fresh diamond pickaxe for this one, however. So, I made my way home. I put a waystone down, just so I wouldn't get lost. And after visiting home and making a fresh diamond pickaxe, I got an efficiency 3, mending, fortune 4, and a breaking 5 pickaxe. Bro, this is insane. I'm never gonna have to worry about iron again, or gold, or diamonds, or anything. Also, found this really cool shield. Upon blocking, you inflict a bleeding effect. And it has bonus armor. This would be a really good shield if I was running a weapon that could actually use a shield. But we're running the Tachi because we're a big Chad. And then I killed another skeleton who was guarding a gem. Talking about gems, guys, if you play this mod pack, be sure you pick up all of them. You're gonna need them later, trust me. And yes, you're right. We're mining obsidian because we're going to the end pretty soon. So when I got the notification that says that traveling to the nether will bring chaos to the entire realm. Once you enter, it cannot be undone. This gave me a slight anxiety attack. I'm not gonna lie. That made it sound like every mob was gonna have double health, there was gonna be withers everywhere, a dragon would show up out of nowhere. In reality, it's not that scary, but the world does become a little bit more difficult. And I found an infinity bow. Not a bow, what am I saying, stupid? I found an infinity book, which is kind of crazy. I love it. Continuing my exploration in this roguelike dungeon led me to kill a few more mobs and finding a rare diamond leggings. I didn't even know you could find affixed diamond gear inside of these dungeons. I'm pretty sure it does only spawn on the bottom layer, but Nonetheless, it was amazing, because I was running an iron pants that had a lot less armor. So, you know, I immediately had to swap them out. Also, hey, speed is the name of the game, and this thing gave 7% speed. Combine that with my offhand artifact, and man, you could just call me a Flash. I stored away all of my materials that I'd gathered at home, and I gotta say, there's nothing beats storing your loot after a long days of adventuring. I did put the imp scales into my enchanting apparatus, and I made another Drigme charm. Because the more Drigmes you have in your farm, the faster the farm becomes, and the more resources you get. So I wanted to put a lot... Are you kidding me? There's another undead army? Man, you can never have like 5 seconds of rest in this mod pack. It's giving me flashbacks to RLCRAFT, man. Although, I did want to see what other kind of soul jars I could get, so I was gonna take this undead army on anyway. And these undead armies have become really easy, man. I just fly around on the broom, use my power 4 bow, and just gun them down. I got stuck in a few trees. I'm still learning how to operate this broom. I'm by no means an expert in flight, but I did get these 3 enchanted bombs in the dungeon. And let me tell you, these things are awesome. I made all of them gather underneath me, and I chucked the bomb on top of them, which dealt so much damage. Just wipes out the half of the wave. And the visuals are pretty cool for it. In the morning time, I defeated the tank, which was, yeah, I mean, it's called a tank, but it's not that tanky, man. Mob captains are much more tanky than you. And I claimed my loot bag for the undead army, which gave me a horse enderman dolphin soul jar. Okay, so this one's pretty much the same as the one I have now. It just has 30% swim speed. It's very situational, but I'll take it. I did, however, have to make another chest because I got so much crap from defeating that wave that I needed another chest. I also finally put the witch inside of my Drigme farm, and yeah, she chose violence immediately when she dropped. Throwing harming potions, poison potions. Yeah, just look at that. Come on, man, what are you doing? Get out of here. I did still have to name tag her, so that's the next thing I did. I got a name tag called Witchy. Also, my Drigme farm had gotten enough blood clumps to make the Shikage. Okay, lads, this is where the game gets really interesting. This Shikage is from the Blood and Madness Modpack. It's from the mod. But first, I need to make 3 Sanguine Steel ingots, a Sanguine Steel nugget, 3 sticks, 2 iron, and I think also a Sanguine rod, if I'm not mistaken. After we craft that, we're going to have one of the best looking and feeling katanas in the whole game. I also read in the Discord that this used to be the strongest weapon in the mod pack. We're gonna get into the strongest weapon later, don't worry about that, but for now I want to run with this Shikage because look at it. Dude, this thing is sick. This thing is absolutely nuts. And you can sheath it after 5 seconds of inactivity, and you will deal bonus damage on your strike. Even the running animation is different when you have the Shikage on sheathed. You do like a quick dash forward, slicing outwards. Dude, this thing is so cool. I'm really loving the combat. I fell in love with it. I want to play every mod pack that has this combat. Maybe I'll just add it to some mod packs, honestly. That being said, let's get down to business. I'm going to make this Shikage my experience farm. So what I wanted to do is put Mending and Knowledge of the Ages together with the Critical Strike onto the Shikage. This was the best I could do for now. I didn't have any sharpness or anything else, and I didn't have an enchanting setup. But for now, this Shikage was going to become my, well, stop and go for enchanting, because this thing is going to generate so much experience. I did quickly set up a very basic enchanting table. The problem is that enchanting works a little bit different in this mod pack. You got your Arcana, you got your Quanta, and something else. I'm by no means an expert in this mod pack, as you can clearly see. But you have to mix and match the values of those different enchanting statuses. That way you can get the most powerful enchantments. It's something to worry about in the late game. We can keep going like this with enchanted books for now. And just appreciate the combat, man. Look at this. Boom. Oh, it's so nasty. Oh my goodness. I wanted to scour around the base a little bit more just to get a layout of the land. And that's when this happened. A battle with horseman archers, skeleton horseman archers started. These guys were going crazy. I was going crazy as well, I'm not gonna lie. I wanted to slice and dice through those bones, man. Took them down with relative ease. And then I wanted to make the hunter's workbench. This is the, how do you say it, like the smithing table of Blood and Madness. Pretty much you can use the bloodstone shards to upgrade the Blood and Madness weaponry. But for that we needed 4 sanguine steel ingots, an anvil, we needed a workbench, we needed a stone cutter, a regular wood plank. It was wild, man. And I kind of run out of iron. I know I said like 5 minutes ago I was never gonna run out, but I did. Quickly gathered up 60 iron in order to start smelting that down so I could make the sanguine ingots. Because we needed 4 of them, so that's like, how much iron? Like 16 iron. I almost failed at basic math. My brain's not braining today. I gathered up all the relevant resources and I made the hunter's workshop. Look at this. This thing looks absolutely dope. I did not realize that it takes up about two blocks space, but like 1 block in the middle and then half block on each side. And when I mined it was gone. It just vanished into the void, man. It went into the back rooms. It was just gone. Just gone. So I lost all those resources and we had to make it again. Luckily for me, I had all of those resources set up in the Drigme farm. The only thing that I was missing was iron, but I could go mining for that anyway. I quickly visited the village that I started the raid on, and I dipped out as fast as I could because that raid was in full throttle. I put mending on my boots of the paladin, and now I could never run out of durability on those, which was amazing. I can't be the only one that thinks to myself every time I see a structure like that, I want to build a base into that. That must be so sick. So you of course already know that I had to call it base 2, make a marker on the map to save it for later. And that's of course when the broom breaks. Just like that, it's broken, but luckily for me I can swap the broom brush mid-air. There we go. I can swap it mid-air so I can keep on flying. Why am I swimming on the broom? Whoa, what's going on, dude? The third person view is kind of tricky though to do this. But we managed to get it just in time before hitting the water and we were flying again. That's when I took on my first battle tower using my newly made Shikage. And I gotta say, man, this thing gives so much experience. Just look at that. For killing a mob, I got a full level. Then it was time to conquer this battle tower. Now, the way these battle towers work is you destroy the spawner, you potentially kill all the mobs inside. It's not required, but it does make it a lot easier. And you have to loot the chests that are inside of these dungeons. You can only open the chest if all the spawners are broken, and you have to collect 3 keys in order to fight the boss. One of these keys can be seen here, the Land Monolith Key. After acquiring 3 keys, you'll be able to summon the boss, pretty much. Now, I spent a long time inside this dungeon, because I was grinding up levels, man. It was going pretty fast. This Shikage was putting in work. By the time I got to the top of the dungeon, I was missing a key. So, oh. And an undead army spawn as well. Alright, that's kind of neat. I just finished off killing the mobs and I was about level 48 when I decided it was time to return back home for a quick moment because my pants were breaking. The pants were almost off. I didn't want to run around pantsless. I mean, that's kind of weird. You're a weirdo if you want to do that. I mean, to each his own, but that's weird. I did hit the mines really quickly to farm up some iron ore. Why do I always say farm up? To mine some iron ore before I drowned to death. and I made a new fresh diamond chestplate. Now this diamond chestplate I was trying to enchant, but I couldn't really get it until I enchanted some books, and then I had some diamond pants and diamond chestplate going with enchantments on them. I also checked up on the Drigme farm, and lo and behold, I had 4 more blood clumps. So I could make myself another workbench. Look at that. Oh, a workshop, not a workbench. I was glad I finally had this workshop because now I could upgrade my Shikage, and I needed to gather some blood shards. Went to the Drigme farm, got the blood shards, and I upgraded my Shikage to +1, which gave it 10 attack damage, and I immediately slapped the +2 onto it as well. So this Shikage was dealing 11 damage right now. So this was already getting pretty good. I enchanted a book, got sharpness 3, and I was going to plunk that on the Shikage as well. That was going to make it deal 14 damage, 7 hearts of damage. With 1.5 attack speed, this is a crazy weapon. I went over to check on the raid when I found a pillager pyromancer. Quickly decapitated him because, man, that thing looked weird. That was crazy. I've never seen any pillager like that. And I also finished making the nether portal. Now I thought I was smart because I had a flame bow and I thought I could light the portal using the flame bow. Yeah, but yeah. It didn't do exactly what I wanted. So just the normal flint and steel did the job. And we're going to be making our first trip to the nether. Lads. Lads. This is going to get pretty crazy. I spawned in the nether. I hopped on my broom. And I started flying around. I needed to be careful. And it was kind of peaceful. Very awkwardly peaceful. Well, never mind. There we go. Okay. I was waiting for something to start sucking me.
What did he say?
I did find a pillager village. That joke cracked me up. I did find my first epic item. Sorry. I'm so sorry. I can't stop laughing. I did find my first epic item, and I needed to have a couple of them in order to start making my own epic items. We need to also get 4 ancient debris in order to make our reforging table. I also tried trapping a blaze. This was, however, a little bit more difficult than I expected. So I skipped it. And I found this guy, Gaboom the Bloated. That's one hell of a name. All right, those were the days. The days of being bloated. What? That was a weird achievement. I also found Samuel the Pitmaster, but this guy had some crazy regeneration going on. Look at that. He also started running away inside the bastion. I guess he was kind of scared. And that's when this thing spawned. What in God's green earth is that? That is a squid the size of a house that's flying and shooting fireballs. What? Oh my God. This place is crazy, man. This place is absolutely nuts. And it was kind of peaceful. I'm just gonna dip. Found a nether fortress. And I wanted to loot this place up because these chests can also hold epic. Aw, it's uncommon. Aw, it's uncommon as well. Come on, man. Give me the epic stuff. Started mining down at the bottom layer of the nether. And I spent such a long time mining that I completely hollowed out the bottom of the nether without finding any ancient debris. It's kind of pissed me off. I don't know why, but it just pissed me off. I then went over to one of those nuclear reactors and I looted up the barrel that was on top of it and had a pretty cool shield. Releases radiation when blocking an attack. Yeah, that sounds kind of trippy. I'll take it with me. It is cool. It's a cool vanity item to have. I got shot at by a million different lasers. They were gas shooting at me. There were many Samuel the Pitmasters waiting for me. Man, this dimension is whack. Absolute whack. I made my way inside one of these tunnel dungeons, and these blazes were not your normal kind of blaze. I mean, shooting out particles from all sides. I did manage to kill one, which gave me the beautiful achievement of Ceci n'est pas un blaze. Yeah, I can still speak my French. And I'm never going to get tired of that achievement. The second blaze did give me a walloping, though. Yeah, these guys are pretty strong. They're really strong. I also had to disable my shaders and put my render distance to 5 because I was getting 10 frames a second, man. There's just so much going on. My computer couldn't handle it. It's also a first time, I believe. Anyways, I found myself in a sort of like glass type of dungeon. I did see a couple of chests laying around and looting them up. Still no epics. Kinda sad. I did, however, get to another chest and still no epics. Maybe the last chest got some? Maybe? Nah, nothing. I did find a pillager house. Manor? Not really sure. These guys weren't... Dude, stop sucking! Stop sucking me! I wanted to loot up this place because I felt like there was going to be some good loot in this manor. Because there were just so many piglins, and I knew opening the chest was going to anger them. And I got a piece of ancient debris. That was kind of cool. I wanted to loot up the second chest that was inside of the manor as well. I had to encase myself in some blocks before looting. And, oh my goodness, 2 more ancient debris. Oh, alright, that's kind of sick. On another nuclear reactor, I killed the gas that was held in the middle. I guess that's the nuclear core? Wasn't 100% sure. It was a really beefy gas, though. Gaze the Withering was also joining the party. Gonna leave you alone for now, because you got way too much health for me to deal with. What is this loot, man? Slime balls? Glass? What's going on? Kind of ass loot, not gonna lie. Did manage to find another Piglin Manor with a mending axe, that's kind of big, and a 1.5 armor gem, 100% purity. That's pretty dope. And in the second chest, another ancient debris. Alright, we had enough ancient debris in order to make a reforging table. That's kind of dope, man. I did manage to loot up a couple of other places. And I had enough resources to make a reforging table. And you have to get gem dust. Now, the way you do this is you drop a ton of gems on the floor. Just drop an anvil on them. And boom, there you go. You got your gem dust. Now, why do we need this gem dust? We need this gem dust in order to make a salvaging table. So, first we make the... Oh, I need a little bit of copper. Hold on, I got some. We need to get 3 copper, and then we can make the salvaging table. This will allow us to scrap affixed items into their respective base material. Using the reforging station that we're making right now, which I need nether bricks for, and I didn't have any, so I had to quickly go to the nether. Destroy a little bit of that fortress, and then we could make the reforging table. Now, the reforging table will allow you to make your own affixed loot. Yeah, it's that crazy. So, we first salvage some of that epic loot that we got, and we could get anywhere between 0 to 4 arcane shards. Okay, we got 2. That will allow us to make 1 item. It's also when I realized you cannot affix the Shikage, so Shikage was going to become a backup weapon. And ooh, look at that. Alright. We can make epic stuff now. Hold on, I don't want to make an epic pickaxe as my first item. That would be kind of weird. Let's do the bow first. Mob drops will teleport to you. Arrow hit gains speed 2. And it had some base arrow damage, draw speed, socket. Man, this thing was crazy. And if you remember, I got a ton of gems along the way in my travels already. And I had a 20% arrow damage gem laying around. So we were going to socket the 20% arrow damage gem into my bow. And it had power 4, 20% extra damage, more draw speed. This bow was dope. And also, mob drops teleport to your inventory. It is invaluable, that one. And, of course, you know, we put that infinity on there. Haha. Also repaired the bow using another bow, and there we go. I salvaged a bunch of blue stuff, and I wanted to quickly gear myself out in some rare armor. My leggings were already rare. I wanted to affix the chestplate as well, but we needed a bit more gem dust for that. After getting a little bit more gem dust, I could then affix my chestplate. Now, affixing the chestplate was a big move that I did, and I also affixed my boots. This would give me a lot more armor. It would also give me some luck, which made me able to find epics more easily. The higher the luck rating you have on your armor, the higher the weight of the luck modifier applying to your opening of the chests. I mean, it works something like that. I don't know all the nerdy stuff and the details, but yeah, it works like that. For now, running with this setup was going to give me just that little edge that I need. Wait, hold on a minute. Oh, I can just affix it to, okay, cool. That's actually really good. I then went over to the Corrupted Ogre, and I wanted to farm this guy a little bit. I wanted to get enough essence in order to give myself some extra stamina. Now, the mob drops teleporting to your inventory was really nice. So I killed the Corrupted Ogre not 4 times, not 5 times, but I was going to kill him 6 times. Now, that gave me just enough essence in order to get myself another extra stamina bar. Submitting 6 emeralds and 6 essence into the goddess statue, I had gotten myself some extra stamina. This was gonna go a long way because we were gonna soon start fighting some bosses again. There's 2 bosses we're gonna be fighting in the next couple of days. What was that? Did you guys see that? That thing was staring into my soul. Okay, I got shot out the air. Are you kidding me? Mutant skeletons are in the nether? Oh boy, that guy's screaming at me. Oh, I want to go away. I want to go away. Let's get the broom. Let's get the broom. Okay, let's get out of here. Oh my god, it shot me down again. Ah, yikes. Okay, warpstone, anything. Whew. Okay. We made it. We survived. We lived to fight another day. At a random bastion, I got another epic. Let's go. As well as a couple more gems and a lot of arrows. I did manage to kill Samuel the Pitmaster this time because I just spawn camped him from above and he couldn't really move. So GG, well played, no re. I wanted to loot up all the chests that he had inside because this bastion was gonna be big. Another epic sword. That looks really pulling its weight right now. Another gem. And I want... Oh. Right. Cursed armor. Okay. Let's go. Let me just kill you really quickly. There you go. Just finish you off. Hold on. Hey, 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 yo! Calm down, dude. Whoa. Whoa, this guy's fast. Scary. Oh, my goodness. All right. Let's loot up the chest that you got. Ooh. We found 3 epic items in this bastion. Holy. Talk about a lucky streak. I went home quickly and I reforged it. Well, not reforged it, I salvaged it. Which was going to give me 3 to 12 arcane sands. Now I could use those arcane sands on my katana. And I wanted to be able to put the maximum amount of affixes onto the katana. And as you saw before, for the maximum or the strongest affixes, you need 60 levels. So I grinded. And when I say grinded, I grinded away in this battle tower until I hit level 53. And I went to actually kill the battle tower golem boss. Yeah. I found the 3rd key and I was going in. This guy was impervious to arrows at the beginning. That was kind of weird. And oh my god. Bahrimul Entombed Watcher. I really butchered that name. But it's a cool name, I gotta say. I just can't pronounce it. Oh, and now he is taking arrow damage. Alright. So this fight was scary at first. Less scary when I started to actually combo him. Because I was doing a lot of damage. Especially with my special attack. So just a couple more hits. One more combo, special attack, down he goes. It was as easy as that. I'm not kidding. I didn't even break a sweat during this fight. I did, however, find an Unbreaking 4 axe, which was really wild. Would have come in real handy in the beginning of the mod pack, but I was just not ready then. The tower was exploding. An undead army had set upon me. Blocks were flying all around. This was pretty crazy. This was a crazy fight. But the undead army came in very welcome because they would give me so much experience. I could just grind up to level 60. Or so I thought. I hit level 59, finished the undead army, and I needed to go back home. Because I remembered that I had some experience shards laying around from my Drigme farm, and that would just get me the easy level up, you know what I'm saying? Using the last of my experience gems, I made it to level 60. There we go. So I was ready to start doing some affixing. Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. Infernal Katana of Weakness. It's a pretty cheap one, but it has 0.85 cold damage, 2.5 fire damage, base crit chance, and an empty socket. It will inflict weakness 2 on the enemy. This one's even better. Yeah, this one's even better, man. Higher crit chance, weakness 2, attacks deal damage to 7 nearby enemies. Oh man, I'm going for this one. Oh yeah, that is much better. Okay. Wait, no, I'll add the fire damage. Oh yeah. Okay, this will be the katana that we run with for now. Now, I can enchant it as well. Gonna give it Unbreaking 3. What other enchantment did we get? Nothing, just Unbreaking 3. Okay. Katana as well. So that's starting to become pretty good. We can put these in here as well. So an empty socket, 10.5 armor. That's crazy. Magic damage is reduced. We get a little bit of speed. And an empty socket. I think that's going to be pretty amazing, right? There we go. Now we have 2 more dust. And we can make this one. So it gives us fire damage reduced, physical damage reduced. Wow, 11.25 armor, 8 speed, and an empty socket. We're gonna go for that. Yeah. I did manage to put some projectile protection 4 on my leggings, and I enchanted the chestplate as well, protection 2. And there we go. We were out in the wild, and I was testing my katana, and it had the same moveset as a Shikage, which made me really glad, because I really like that moveset. And oh my god, look at this damage! Hey, yo! Yeah, this thing is spicy. I'm loving it already. It's more spicy than downing a bottle of Tabasco. Yeah, I'm loving this. Also, this guy dropped a power 4 affixed bow. Dang. Now, the guys in the Discord told me to get some Ignatium armor. I wasn't really sure how to get it. I read that it's like a rare mob or boss in the nether. I guess we'd find out once we find him in the nether. For now, I was going to the Skeleton Lord. It had been enough time since we killed the boss. So we're going to make our way over there and we're going to give him a walloping of his life. It's one of the places that we got to go to. So, oh no. Oh no. I don't want to fight you. Yeah, yeah, let's just leave each other alone. All right, perfect. Okay, so we just have to head straight down and we'll get to the Skeleton King at some point. Skeleton King is really close to our base. What? All right, I'll take it. There it is. There is the big island. I do hear a dragon. All right, let's go ahead and make our way up to the Skeleton Lord. Let's run up. Let's throw some hands, dude. What is that? He also doesn't seem to take any damage. What's going on with that? He just has a really big health pool, I feel like. Does have some weird magic going on over there. Seems like it's every time that I hit him, he does something like that. Alright. Gonna place my broom down over here. See what we can do. Okay, that does a lot of damage to him, it seems like. Try to be careful here. Okay, that was pretty good. I do have the trouble of that witch over here, which I'm not really happy about. Especially that poison I'm not happy about. Oh, wow. Gotta get some extra stamina over here. Right, this is getting pretty crazy already. Oh. Okay, let's try to have our katana sheathed. There we go. Nice. Okay, I think it's time we hop on the broom for a second. Let's switch over to our bow. I want to get that cloud gone already. Get these little clouds out of the way. Oh, dangerous. Now that one's annoying. Wait, what are they doing? Okay. The Lord of Sorcery is almost dead. So I feel like I should try to go at him. Ooh. This is getting kind of dangerous. 5 seconds of poison, alright. We got him. That's good. Skeleton King defeated. I think it is time to visit the gym again. Hey man, I've been doing some grinding. We've gotten really powerful now. Where's my next quest? Most powerful undead. Yeah. Renowned Holy Knight. Oh, this is going to be the Sentinel Knight. Oh, yeah. Alright. That's gonna be an interesting fight, alright? That is definitely gonna be an interesting fight. Let's see, where are we on the map? We gotta go left bottom. The Sentinel Knight. Wait, hold on. That's the one that died in my playthrough. Yeah. Oh, well. Now I'm not really so happy that he died. Oh, but I can respawn him. Okay, fair enough. I first have to deal with those guys, though. So I tried dealing with these orcs first. They're quite beefy. Yeah, they're incredibly beefy. Look at this dude. He was just eating hits. And especially this legendary orc. I'm gonna speed up the video 2,000%. Yeah, this should give you a good indication of just how tanky this guy was. I fought so long with him. But I finished him off in style. Oh, dude, this katana's so sick. Oh my god. Alright, we got some enchanted books from this dude. But that wasn't what we were after. Time to resummon. Oh, that's not really cool, man. Hey, hold on. Oh, well, he's already attacking. Dude, oh, there we go. Now he's out. Okay, let's have a legendary battle, dude. Oh, wow. What a knock. Alright, we can dodge that. No problem. Oh yeah, this guy is pretty strong. Oh yeah, this guy is strong, man. It's gonna be a hit and run kind of tactic. Oh yeah, this guy is beefy. Oh, wow. I don't want to create too much distance, because then he'll just do the special attack. Wow. Okay, I'm taking a lot of durability damage. I spent until morning time battling the Sentinel Knight. This guy was really strong, but he seemed to be quite weak against arrows and especially fire damage. That was kind of interesting. So the basic flame bow, power 4. Well, no, actually, no, it's not basic. We got the 20% bonus on it and everything. All right, yeah, bow is the way to go against this guy. I'm telling you guys, secret strats. And just like that, we finished off the Sentinel Knight. We had a fair and square battle. Eye for eye, tooth for tooth. We won. Do I have to use the key on it or something? Ah! Hey, can you leave me alone for a second? I'm trying to claim an eye here. Saving the world, man. There we go, Guardian Eye. Alright. Time to head back to the GM. Yo, Guildmaster. I know it's only been 1 day, but I got him. Hey, Alfredo. No, we're not doing that here. Not cool, Alfredo. Alright, GM, I did it. Oh, come on, get out. No! Ah! Go out. There we go. I'm sleeping in his bed. Okay. Even the Sentinel Knight is no match for you. While you're approaching the end of your journey, how do you feel? Anyway, you'll need to summon the next eye holder. Wait, I'll need to summon him? Oh, I think I already know what this is gonna be. Ooh. This is gonna be difficult, dude. Map to the fire giant. Okay. Oh, okay. Dang. Running around the Nether is still scary, but I managed to pick up one of the blazes. Hey, leave me alone, man. Everything still really wanted to kill me fast. I did manage to pick up that blaze, and I could put him in the farm at our base. Also, you can find feeding upgrades in chests in the Nether. I didn't even know that was possible. That's kind of cool. Man, that is a menacing looking wither skeleton. He didn't really amount to much, but whoa, dude looked freaky. Also, why do these epic guys have such an enormous health pool? What is going on? Yo, I could bust the whole bow over that guy. Nice, nice. We got one. Mending. And an epic. Another epic. Let's destroy all these purples. Got 19 arcane sand. Okay, we're set, man. We're set. First the helmet. Okay. Extra armor. We got luck. Fire damage is reduced. 3 speed and an empty socket. That's pretty good. Magic damage and physical damage reduction. That's also pretty good. I like that one a lot more, but I need 40 levels for that. Okay, yeah. I want 40 levels. We're gonna do that first. Let's take our Chicago. Let's go out for a little bit of mob hunting. And mob hunting we did. I reached level 40 on a random ship during the day, and I knew it was time. We had to go back home, because we were gonna make a sick iron-forged Helm of the Paladin of the Blockade. If that doesn't sound dope, then I don't know what does. I was livid, man. This thing was awesome. And it was filled with arrows. I also inserted a 1.5 armor gem into the helmet, just giving it that little extra buff, and then it was time for the boots, but I needed a little bit more levels for that. I took revenge on one of those brain suckers. They weren't gonna suck me anymore. And I reached level 40 by doing so, which was awesome. Back at the base, I then made the blast forged boots of the Paladin of the Defender. Oh yeah, you know when the names get too long to pronounce, that's when you know you got some good gear. I also put some armor on the boots, so we were having a pretty hefty setup. Even just using the helmet and the boots, I had a full armor bar. Also, I put mending on both my Diamond Epic chestplate and Diamond Epic leggings. That way I never had to worry about any durability ever again. And if you guys play your mod packs yourself, you know that is the moment when you start really enjoying, because you don't have to look in your inventory every 5 seconds. The Drigme was also really happy to see me. They were all just dancing around. And I did some sniping with my bow that automatically places the items in my inventory. And since it's got flame, it also already cooks the meat. So I just had infinite amounts of food now that I could just bow everything down. That's when I saw this. I felt vibrations under the ice. That means there is a Mother of the Maze right underneath me. And if you guys remember Symbolica, this Mother of the Maze drops some abyssal amethyst, which is really powerful. Not exactly sure how powerful it will be in this mod pack, but normally it only drops like 1 or 2. Oh my god! It dropped 24? What? There's no way! It's not supposed to drop that many! What do you mean? 24? Okay. Alright, now that we're here anyways in this ice maze, let's go ahead and kill some of these Vindicators and get a Shellhorn that will summon Cornelia. So we can get that boss also off of the list. We're gonna be boss rushing pretty soon. Also, this guy was apparently a boss, so he was a boss mage. And that's scary, man. That is really scary. Oh my god. He didn't really hold up that well against me. My katana was just... Man, I sliced him. Oh my god, what is that? Whew. That's kind of scary, those wither heads just floating about. But yeah, I sliced that guy open. He stored a lot of tomes. Now, my IQ is probably too low to use these because I had a fortune for a pickaxe and it gave me plus fortune. It says max 8. It didn't work. So if you know how these tomes work, just leave it down in the description. I thought it was in your offhand and then you right click it, but oh well. We tried summoning Cornelia and the battle would start. Nothing happened. Okay. Nothing happened. Alright, let's find another body of water. Okay, there we go. Now Cornelia got summoned. And let me tell you, this woman is scary. She just stabs you and stabs you and stabs you, and my goodness, she does not let it rest. Luckily for me, the katana was doing a lot of damage, and I pushed her into phase 2 pretty much instantly. After a long hustle and tussle with Cornelia, I managed to get her finally low enough so I could execute her. But her spear is really strong. I had a couple of close calls, but nothing too crazy. And then she died and exploded into a pile of items. She dropped a lot of crap, man. I did claim the ice key, which we could use later on to get a Rune of the Storm, but I had to find the ice chest. And I wasn't really dealing with it because I also didn't get a map for it. So I just skipped that, went home, started tending to my plants, because tending to my plants would give me a better broom. There is this enhanced broom that we can make, and this one is supposedly having more than double the durability of a normal broom brush. So you already know we got started on that straight away. We made a couple of broom brushes, then we hung them up to dry, and after that we could use that broom brush and upgrade it to an enhanced version. We first needed to get 1.5 liters of water. Crazy, 1.5 buckets pretty much. And it looked like it was working. Oh, yep, there we go, it worked. We got our first enhanced broom brush. So I made a couple of them. I let them out to dry, and then I went to sleep. After sleeping, I claimed my dry brushes, and there we go. Enhanced broom brush. Now I didn't have to worry about that one breaking, or at least not for a long time, and I went out exploring. It had been a while. I went and visited the guildmaster, who would probably get killed in this raid. He started panicking, just pacing back and forth in the room. This guy was not having it. He was kind enough to give me the explanation for the fire giant. And that's when all of these little creepers started showing up, and oh my goodness. I was just able to read it in time what I need to do. I need to get a fire charge and a potion of fire resistance. Quickly managed to snatch up my waystone, though I was not leaving that one behind. And if we get the fire charge and we get the fire resistance potion, then we can make the thing that summons the fire giant. Also, I made 2 more Drigme charms, because the more Drigmes we got running, the more items we get, and the better this farm's gonna operate. And I want my, oh my god, really, another undead army? These things show up whenever I visit my base. Hold on, I'm not doing this, I'm running away. A little bit more exploration later, I found a couple of cool things. I also managed to snatch up enough experience in order to get this katana. Wait, hold on, that's a good katana. It's also a really good katana. Ooh, not sure what to do here. I went to first kill that undead army back over at the battle tower, because I needed some extra experience. Because we were going to need 40 or 60 levels in order to make a really, really sick katana. I also managed to find one of these mutant skeletons, and lo and behold, this thing stood no chance against my Shikage. Apparently, I can slice right through its bones. My blade is strong enough. And I unlocked a new ability. You can dash forward with the special ability of the Shikage and the katana. I didn't know this. This is awesome. I can finish mobs in style now. After getting level 40, I immediately warp-stoned home and we were gonna make that katana. Oh, yeah. Alright, we made it. Deals attacks to 7 enemies, dude. Yo! It had a lot of benefits as well, so... Oh, look at that. That's such a cool katana. Attack damage to 7 enemies. Inflict weakness. Get a gem. Ooh, this one's even better. Wait, hold on. Yeah, this is the better one. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. I claimed the better katana. I put another cold damage inside of it. And then we were ready to rumble. This katana was really strong, dude. I went back to the guild master because I had forgotten the recipe. How to make the hair knot for the fire giant. And he was kind enough to explain it again. I mean, this guy didn't know that we did the raid on the other one. But he didn't have to know that. Those are just minor details. I did quickly loot up that Goblin King's den, and I was in the brushlands. Because I was looking for the fire giant. It did take me quite a while, though. I managed to also pick up a quest for this mouse-looking thing. One of the guards gave me a quest, and he told me to come over here, or was it a cleric? I'm not sure anymore. But one of the villagers gave me a quest to go check out this place, because there was apparently an anomaly or of some such. Never mind, I think I found the anomaly. It's the mutant zombie. Oh my god, there's so many mobs. Hold on, let me talk to this guy. Came to hunt me down? I don't think so. I need to give him a golden apple. Alright, I crafted some golden apples at home, and then I took the golden apples back to that guy. I gave him 1 golden apple, and this thing started turning into a furry. Not joking. It grew some limbs. It got a lot of hair. And yeah, werewolf time, he said. So I needed to dispatch of him quickly because this guy was, yeah, he just meant business, man. I don't know why. I gave you a golden apple just like you wanted, and now you start attacking me. That's not cool, man. I'm gonna have to put you down now. After slashing him a couple times with my sword, I was able to take him down. Now, I'm not sure what this quest unlocked because I didn't get anything else, and I also never found that villager again. So, back to the corrupted ogre we go in order to get some more essence to upgrade our stamina. I want to be able to farm these guys very efficiently, but for now, I still had to bow them down a couple of times. Yeah, they're still quite strong. So I killed him not 1 time, not 2 times. You know we already had to kill him 6 times. Because we need 6 essence to get another stamina bar. I also wanted to get into upgrading the health using the essence, but that was going to be very expensive. And that eye still really scares me. It really is scary. That thing can kill you instantly, man. After farming him enough, I had 6 essence and we went straight home to submit everything to the goddess statue. First, I had to enjoy flying around on my broom, man. Look at this. Sunflower plains, sun that's setting, me being completely decked out in epic gear. I was nice. I got 6 emeralds out of my backpack. I talked to the goddess statue, made a small prayer, and I got some more stamina. We were almost running a double stamina setup. Just needed a little bit more stamina and we were good to go. I quickly went back to the nether because there were a couple of things that I wanted to do. First want to do that. Oh yeah, nether monstrosity. Nether monstrosity is a really, really cool fight. I'll tell you all about it. We found the forge, and this thing was looking as menacing as ever. First, it reflects your arrows, so you have to get into melee range of him. And this thing is a tank. You know the tank from the undead army? Man, this is what you call a tank. The nether tank monstrosity. Also, my blade deals no damage to this guy. Look at that. It's an epic katana. That's all the damage it did. The bow did do some pretty good damage compared to my katana. And he spews fire that spawns lava. Yeah. Yeah. If you don't have fire resistance, you better be careful when you fight this guy. After doing a little bit of hustling and tussling with this guy, he started shooting more fire and I was going to finish him off with my bow. There we go. the nether monstrosity had been defeated. Now, this guy drops some really interesting items. He drops a music disc, he drops a monstrous horn, and that volcano weapon, the infernal forge of smashing. Now, this thing is counted as a pickaxe, so we got a pickaxe affix. We're not going to really do it with that one. He did have some spare netherite laying around, which I immediately dug up. And then I almost died in lava due to my greed for more ancient debris. Yeah, the nether is still kind of scary. Back at home, I had enough blaze powder and blaze rods in order to start doing some brewing. Because as you remember, we need a fire charge and we need a fire resistance potion, and then we can make that hair knot. Also, during my travels, I claimed a nether eye that was just laying in a random chest at the nether base. I went to check up on my farm and everything was still running accordingly. I was getting more blood vials, which I needed to replenish. I burned through these things really fast, man. And we also had some spare experience laying around, which I took. I then started making my fire resistance potion. It was high time we go and fight the fire giant, man. I wanted to progress this world into overdrive. I then took a fire charge and placed it above a fire resistance potion, which then started making the fire giant's hair knot. After we had claimed the hair knot, we were on our way with the broom. Having the enchanted brush on there is definitely big, because I really didn't have to worry about the durability at any time. There we go. This is the fire giant's base. This volcano-looking structure is where the giant resides, and there he is. This thing looked menacing. It is big, it smashes the ground, and we could barely do any damage to it. It then almost killed me. Using 2 blood vials, each at half a heart, I managed to survive. I almost died twice in 10 seconds. I wasn't fighting this guy head on. There was no way. He smashed the ground in a radius of about 10 blocks, dealt so much damage that my eardrums shattered. This thing was a world level threat. My strategy, however, was a threat to him. I got him to phase 2 after shooting him with the bow, and he exploded the whole arena. He then started shooting this fire laser beam out of his belly, and I was getting too far away from him. He was starting to lose interest in the fight. However, flying around on my broom, shooting him down with my bow, made me able to take this guy down without any troubles. Yeah, I'm not joking. This guy was easy. And there we go. Just like that, we killed the last boss. The guildmaster was absolutely speechless, and he told me that I had to gather the unattended eyes. There are a couple more eyes remaining in the world that we have to gather up, and we'll be able to go to the end. The guildmaster had no more additional information for me, and he wished me good luck, as he staked all his hopes on me in order to free the world of the malicious deity. Now, I got the eyes laying around over here that I still need to find. A couple of them are pretty easy. For example, the witch eye. That is just an eye of Ender and a witch pupil. The other eyes are a little bit more difficult to find. We'll get into that later. I mean, there's 2 eyes that are easy. The witch eye, and then I think it is the black eye. You get that one from Sunken Treasures that you find with a Sunken Treasure map, buried treasure map. So we're going to go hunt for those a little bit later. First, I made the witch eye because I had a witch in my farm. Hey, I thought this through, man. I'm not an idiot. Maybe I am an idiot. I also made some mage bloom because I wanted to get a little bit more into Ars Nouveau, as they have a really interesting warp scroll that you make with this mage bloom. Now for that we needed to get some paper, and I had no paper laying around, which was kind of nice. I also then messed around a little bit with the crafting recipes for the Meet Your Fight mod, and I needed to find a place where I could meet these bosses, because normally you craft them, but here we have to spawn them. And if you remember, it's in the mausoleum, the giant one. We'll go there soon. And here we are, smashing another big chunk of gems, because I needed a lifetime supply of gem dust. I guess 6 will have to do for now, because we only needed 4 or 6 in order to make our second katana. I did quickly check out this new shield, and it's kind of cool to be able to make a shield that deals bleeding, poison, and wither damage. Also, look at these cool scythes, man. I would one day definitely want to have a scythe to my weaponry. But I was focusing on this new epic katana for now. I got a roll on this katana that gives me knowledge. Now, knowledge is an enchantment that will increase all experience gained while you have the enchantment. So if we combine that with the knowledge of the ages, we should get a pretty insane EXP setup, right? Also, I went hunting, finally, for the black eye, which is done by getting some maps to bury treasure. And yeah, I saw people getting this eye like immediately on their first buried treasure map. That ain't us. Because after defeating the sergeant, the soaked, I didn't get a map in the chest. So I kept on exploring as any other adventurer would do. I did, however, find a really cool ship that was still mostly intact. This ship, however, was guarded by these skeleton horse riding diving zombies, and they were just stabbing me with their nose, man. Keep your nose out of my business. Man, these things look freaky. Did get a buried treasure map, so that's kind of dope. And you already know we immediately went to this buried treasure map. Things were not gonna go exactly as I wanted while trying to take this buried treasure map, because mobs started to show up out of nowhere. They were just spawning everywhere. And man, all I wanted to do was just dig up this buried treasure, man. That's all I wanted to do. And of course, none that army also showed up. What a train wreck is this thing, man. Come on, let me just dig for my treasure. Okay, yeah, this is definitely not going fast enough. Hold on, I still have some gem dust and some extra purple stuff, so I can make the shovel that breaks in a 3x2 and gives me haste. I mean, that sounds pretty good to me. So, after I got the shovel made at home, I wanted to go and tear up that whole place so I could finally get my next eye. Although the undead army did give me quite a few levels, so I could make my new katana. That was kind of cool. After digging up for this treasure for ages, I did finally get it. And it has no eye. It has no bloody eye. Oh my god. I went on exploring and I found another buried treasure map, so I thought, okay, this should be it, right? Should be good. Still no eye. Did get a Heart of the Sea, but that was definitely not what we were looking for. And then I stumbled upon this guy. This is a portal guide, as I call them. They have a portal in their house that leads to the Everbright or Everdawn dimensions. Now, I thought, hey, these bosses drop arcs and they give passive bonuses. Might as well kill the bosses and stack the passive bonuses, right? Because some of them give speed, some of them give invisibility, some of them give extra damage while you're poisoned, so pretty cool stuff. I went into the Everbright? No, this is Everdawn. I went into the Everdawn dimension, and in the Sunset Maple Forest, I found immediately one of the bosses. This is the Alchemist boss, I think. And I got some of the special gems that you find in this place. And while looting up, I killed a witch. I got the second key. You need 4 in total. They're all in the building, so don't worry about that. But I found an incredible discovery after I killed these Vindicators. You can find, and I kid you not, you can find legendary loot in this place. I repeat, legendary loot. This is a biome that's accessed from the beginning of the game. If I had known this when I started this adventure, I would have come here the moment I made my broom. I am telling you, this is insane. You just need to kill 2 Vindicators, that's it. Man. I did, however, start the fight with the Alchemist. And this guy was beefy. He had a health bar like I'd never seen before in my entire life. I mean, given it's also such a big health bar because this guy, well, only takes half damage because I'm not using the weaponry from this dimension. And I spend a really long time whacking away at this guy. After a little while, I did notice that this guy gives himself a regeneration effect. Yeah. I really had no words for this fight. He teleports all over the place. He summons those rocks that fall from the sky. And after you deal enough damage to him, he will start giving himself regeneration or damage. Also, this guy ran away. Yeah. This guy just teleported away. And I had no way to get out of this place. The only thing I could do was use my warp stone, but then I'd lose access to the dimension. Because of course I didn't save the portal's location. And I'd have to find another portal. Oh well, we did get the legendary one. Oh my god, we got 2 pearls. Yo! Guys, we can make a legendary katana. I was about to say Tachi. What am I saying? We can make a violent katana of space and time. Yo! That sounds wild. Oh my goodness. Knowledge 3? Are you kidding me, dude? Knowledge 3. This is like literally the katana that I needed to make and put my knowledge of the ages on. I hadn't transferred them yet, so I was gonna do it right now. I took a tome of scrapping. I scrapped my Shikage. In the trash can you go, because I got a katana with knowledge 3. Knowledge of the ages and mending. This thing was overpowered. I killed a mob with this. And no joke, I got 2 full levels at level 17. This is whack, man. I did get another tome of scrapping from this chest, which is kind of amazing. And then I went on to find more buried treasure maps because I still hadn't done that. And we really need to get those eyes. Oh my god, there's again no map. Okay, I found another dimension portal guide, and he had some spider webbing that has apparently been sitting there since the Stone Ages. That thing was not breaking. Did manage to get to another tower, so I wanted to see if we could get another legendary item. Yeah. Aww. It's only epic. Alright, let's get that last key and let's go and kill that alchemist. Because, wait, hold on. I got these gems from this dimension. I could make 2 swords, dual wield them, and I could affix them to epic, because I still have a lot of epic affix material laying around. Alright, yeah, let's do that. Let's grab ourselves some of this. We can make a thunderstruck Aquite swords of the Frostlands with fire and cold damage. That's pretty good. And we could also make a weakening pyrope sword of surgical precision. Gives weakness, that's kind of good. Alright, so I made the weakness sword. I imbued a fire gem into it. And after that, the roll for my other sword was refreshed. I was hoping to get a little bit of a better roll. And I did. And I also put an overhealing gem into that one. So we had overhealing and weakness that we were about to do. Back at the alchemist base, I inserted my keys and I started the fight. This guy was not gonna know what hit him. I had 2 swords of his own home in my hands. And these things did a little bit more damage. Not too much, but they were a lot easier to handle. And the running attack was perfect for this boss. It hit like 90% of the time. Damage was better. Actually, a lot better. And yeah, he just started teleporting every 2 seconds. And I'm gonna spare you this whole fight because I think it took like a good 8 minutes. This guy is just annoying. Anyways, this time he didn't teleport away. He did start spawning a lot of damaging auras around him. That was kind of scary. But my swords were dealing enough damage, and I was going to take this guy down. No problem. It did still take a really long time. But a couple more running attacks later, and this guy was down for the count. Oh, come on, really? He teleported away one more time? There we go. There we go. No, there we go. All right. The alchemist completed. I'm so glad I took this boss down first because that's probably the most annoying boss. He gave me a satchel of loot of the alchemist, which gave me a couple of enchanted books, a spike shield, a trophy, And this arc, this dusk arc, grants invisibility while sneaking without smoke. Rarity rare. Alright. I inserted the arc into my arc slots. I guess that's what they're called. And I looted up a couple more of these towers. There were a lot of towers around in this world, and I just wanted to loot up every single one of them. If we could get even one more legendary hatch... Oh my goodness! That was only like the third or fourth tower that I visited after. Oh my god, this is beautiful. If we get a lucky lucky salvage, and this thing drops 2 more Godforged pearls, I can make another legendary katana. My guy, legendary katana. Oh yeah. I turned off my shaders pack, I lowered my render distance, and I explored so many days, but I didn't find anything else. I didn't find the second boss, man. We got 2 pearls though. We in the money. You know what I'm talking about. 2 Godforged pearls. We can make a glacial katana of critical thinking, which inflicts weakness 3. Weakness 3, my guys. We're talking about a 60% damage reduction to mobs I am killing. Oh yeah. Back in the nether, I wanted to go hunt for some wither skeleton skulls because I wanted to get that wither eye as fast as possible. I did do some battle with a legendary straddler, and this guy dropped a couple of enchanted books, and they were all ass. Yeah, I'm not kidding. Look at this. We got a mirror. We got a scavenger too. It's kind of okay. And we got a straddle jump. Who even uses that? Come on, man. I'm looking for sharpness. I'm looking for critical strike. You know, all that good stuff. Anyways, I managed to pick up that last wither head, and we were in the money. No, wait. I was in the nether for getting experience. Never mind. I wasn't farming wither skeleton skulls. I got the days mixed up. Sorry, lads. But we made the glacial katana of thinking. Oh, yeah. We can inflict weakness 3 now. Alright, let's figure out how to kill the bosses from Meet Your Fight. I heard on the Discord that you need an altar for it. Now, I'm not really sure what altar they were talking about. And now we were going to farm up those wither skulls, because I didn't know what I was doing with the altar, and I was just running around like an idiot. But we got our setup going. We got the glacial katana of critical thinking, which was doing absolute work. And after a while in this place, seems like I kind of broke the game. It's, oh yeah, it is crashing hard. Come on, this one's gotta work, right? This one's gotta work. I pulled the backup from like an hour ago. So, oh man, the backup's not in here. Oh wait, no, it is here. Okay, so this is the backup from 6 a.m. I'm not sure how much I gamed between those 2 hours, but oh my goodness. Oh no. Oh. I gotta have a later backup, right? There has to be. There has to be. Hold on. Cut here. I'm looking like an idiot. Cut here. I gotta get myself a coffee to get ready for this. I do have one more backup that I can try. I think this one is from like half an hour before the crash. Okay, let's try that. Okay. Alright. This is the one. So that one was from 6. This one's from 10:36. This one is from 10:01. Okay. This should do the trick, right? I should have my 2 legendary katanas. Right? Oh boy. I'm scared to even load into the world. Because, like, what if this is the one that also crashed? Okay, we gaming. Enchanted Golden Moss Club. Wait, what's in my backpack? Like, where are we at? We are at this. Okay, I do have my 2 katanas. I do have the 2 wither skulls. I think this is right before I went wither skull hunting. That's good. Hey, that's good. Okay. Also, I just realized I have a critical strike book. I am definitely adding that to the sword. Hello, beautiful. Wow, I actually have never done this before, but we gotta go back 2 days. This is pretty wild. Okay, that is really strange to do that. Go back 2 days? Whoa. Yeah, this is weird, man. This is weird. All right, I'm gonna use my days wisely then. Now that I've got all these crazy weaponry, let's go and farm some ogres, all right? And this ogre fight was going to become a lot easier now that I had a legendary katana. Just take a look at this. Oh, I thought I could already get him with a full energy bar. Oh, wow. He goes down fast. I definitely feel like that does less damage. Why is the eye enchanted? What is going on? Yeah, apparently that is something that can happen, an enchanted eye. I did, however, not get stamina, but health this time, which gave me a full extra heart. That was gonna help me survive the more difficult oncoming battles in the future. Did have to go back to the nether because we were going wither skull hunting. And, well, it didn't take me long to find this. What is this? What are you? Wait, you're holding a wither skull! What was that? Did you see that guy running? I can't be the only one that saw that, right? Yeah, so apparently mini skeletons can spawn that are holding the wither skeleton skulls, and I don't know what's going on anymore. Nice place to set this wither up. Let's do it in the middle of this village. I feel like this is a great idea. Oh yeah, definitely, right? Yeah, for me it was a great idea. For these villagers, however, this was gonna be a little bit... It's gonna destroy the whole village. Oh my god. I don't know why I thought this was a good idea, but I first started shooting this wither down with my bow to get him low enough that it would come into melee range. This guy summoned a ton of add-ons, by the way. What? It was getting kind of crazy, and the guy went invisible. Yeah. Whoa! He's like invisible. Oh wow. The fight was about to get a lot more crazy though. Whoa! He just... Whoa! What is going on? Oh my god! I'm glad I got some backup. I'm killing my backup, however. Holy! Whoa, dude, that was crazy. Did you guys see what all happened there? They started shooting laser beams. Whoa. Dude, that was wild. Oh my god. Why are you shooting me, man? Don't do that. Oh my god. I did, however, get another heart container, but man, that fight was intense. Also, the villagers weren't really happy with me. I think it might have been to do with me destroying their homes with the wither, or me killing some of them. Anyway, we got this nether star now, and we can make some cool things with it. Sadly for me, none of the things were interesting enough to make. Back at home, I did, however, start making some warp scrolls. These things are lifesavers. You can just bind them to any location and instantly teleport back. When I visited another village, I was looking for some quests, and every single guard in the village got notified. It's kind of like being signaled by the police and you driving into like a town or something, and they just all start coming for you. Had to get shot down one more time out of the air by a mutant skeleton. Those guys will never leave you alone. Also, I read on the Discord that apparently zombie horses drop one of the items you make to get the undead eye. Sadly for me, I didn't get any. So the next best thing we could do was go hunt for buried treasure. And oh my god, you are about to watch the most infuriating shit that happens. It took me like 10 maps to even find the eye. I'm not even kidding. The first map that I found led me to this place where, of course, an undead army spawns, so I can't mine underwater because these things are gonna swarm me. I dealt with the undead army, I just farmed up a little bit more experience, and it was gonna be alright. I was just gonna get the first map, I was immediately gonna find an eye, and we were all going to have a great time. Right? Tank goes down. So many drowned are also underneath the ice. And of course, they cannot drown, so I can't get rid of them that easily. I was mining and mining and mining and some more mining and no eye. Alright, on to the next one. No worries. I'll find it in the next one, right? The spawn rate is pretty good. Right? Well, spawn rate of the map is even low. Oh, I can't believe this. I did find another map in a chest a little bit later, so I got another buried treasure map. And you already know the drill. We go straight to the treasure. Had to kill Esdrar the Eager this time. After killing the boss, I went straight for the buried treasure. And bada bing, bada boom, of course, there is no eye. Hey, great success. Okay, no worries. Third time's the charm. Right? This is gonna get real. This is gonna get real boring real fast. Found another sunken ship. Got another map. I'm sick of looking for these eyes, man. Sick of it. Well, I'm gonna be fighting all the way until morning time, so might as well get some levels out of this. I'm just gonna enable the shaders really quickly. Oh yeah, that looks much better. And I farmed and farmed and farmed until it was time to mine and mine and mine. What? Oh my god. Oh. Yes! Yes! Oh, you don't know how happy I am with that. Oh my god. Oh, what a pain. What a pain. Okay. That is enough exploring in the ocean for me for now. Oh, I want to see if we can oh my god, we can. There's no way. There is no way. Oh my god. Okay. That's kind of funny. The sombrero is kind of funny. Gotta say. Oh, at some point I want to use that. Yeah, I put the sombrero on the to-do list to make that a legendary sombrero that gives like 15 armor or something crazy like that. I also got into making the hell shelves because I wanted to get into enchanting, and mostly I wanted to make the enchantment library, because with that you can put in any book and take out any book free of charge. So it's amazing. I did, however, go back to the inn, and I started raiding the bastions because one of the eyes that we need to find is located in a bastion chest. I had to massacre so many pillagers in order to find the chest. It was kind of crazy. Also, I found the Samuel the Pitmaster. Remember him from before? These guys have the crazy regeneration. And I wanted to deal with him as quick as possible. A couple critical strikes later, and this guy was down for the count. Absolutely downed. Of course, I wasn't gonna find the eye in my first chest, or my second chest, or my third chest. But after a little while, I started liking to raid these dungeons. I mean, there's a lot of cursed armor, there are a lot of gems in here. It's a pretty good time, honestly. A lot of obsidian, and I needed all those basic resources anyway, so might as well just loot them up. Back at home, however, I tried making the experience pump, and man, these recipes are complicated. Maybe it's just that I have a monkey brain, but man, these recipes are complicated. I got to the advanced pump, and then I realized I had used up all my bottles of enchanting, so I couldn't make the experience pump. Yeah, that was kind of ass. You can make experience bottles with honey and 32 levels, but I wasn't going to do that. That's kind of a waste of levels. I instead focused on getting the second broom in the Hexerai mod pack. So I needed to go over to the swamp biome and gather up some belladonna seeds. We were going to grow out these belladonna seeds by force feeding it bone meal. Let's check this out. Mahogany broom. 2 mahogany logs, netherite ingot, 2 wheat, and a mandrake root. So I need just 2 blood and 2 mahogany logs. I know I kept some mahogany over here. Yeah. Oh, but I do need two bottles of blood. It's a little bit more difficult. Where was that bottle of blood? Here it is. Okay. Let us go ahead and make this mahogany broom then. There we go. It needs to have a bucket of water. Okay, I got 4 wood brooms. That should be enough, right? Gonna make some wet enhanced brooms. Okay, mahogany broom and more durable. What is it called? Broom brushes. Man, these take a long time. It's like watching a paint on the wall dry. Aha! Nice. And just like that, we had enough broom brushes to last us a lifetime. And this mahogany broom was fast, man. Let me tell you. This was amazing. I started gathering up the nether brickstone. Yeah, those red blocks in order to make the hell shelf. And I could not infuse it yet because I needed to have some thresholds of Eterna, Quanta, and Akarna I needed to reach, and didn't really understand anything of it. So I just went back to bastion hunting. Okay. Didn't get the eye, sadly. Did get a netherite ingot. That's pretty cool. Oh, second chest. There's an eye. There's an eye. Oh my god. Guys, that's it. Yo, this cursed army ain't got nothing on me. You are not gonna keep me from getting that eye. Oh, no way. No way. Ooh, some extra warp scrolls. 2 netherite ingot and another ancient debris. Okay. We are 1 eye away from going to the end. We are 1 eye away. Okay. Dude, I'm ready. I'm ready to go to the end. I'm telling you. Let's already prepare ourselves a little bit. And just like that, I made a diamond backpack in preparation for what was about to come. I also upgraded it to netherite, and this thing was big. That is one hell of a storage area. Oh my god. I also got 1 more drigme. I mean, 1 more drigme can't hurt, right? You can never have enough drigmes in the farm. Trust me. And this mahogany broom was so fast. Oh, got a lot of exploration in. And that's when I found another Lord of Sorcery. And this was going to be a kind of funny fight. Because he stood no chance. He literally stood no chance. I was just decimating him. I was using my katana. The guy didn't really deal any more damage to me. Yeah, it was kind of funny. I'm going to finish him off stylishly. We're going to sheath the katana. There we go. Oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah, that was kind of cool. I don't need a farmer. I don't need a butcher. I don't need a librarian. I need a cleric. Where is the cleric? I was looking for a cleric to give me his quest line, because the cleric quest line also includes 1 of the eyes. The other options that we had were trying to get an undead eye or an eye from Frostmaw. I wasn't really sure if we were gonna make it in time because all of these 3 eyes take so long to get. But I did some exploration in Everbright. And my exploration in the Everbright dimension was gonna take me quite a while. Because this dimension is less packed with towers than the Everdawn. Now, cool thing is, this one has a mage tower just like Everdawn, and here resides the Summoner. This is the least annoying of the 2 bosses in the towers, because this guy stands more still. Like, he keeps his place more and he doesn't move as much, which allows me to whack away with my dual swords as much as I'd like. And I gotta say, this moveset is pretty slick that these swords have. I got the overheal gem on the blue sword, and with the Summoner summoning so many add-ons, I can overheal through the roof and never have to worry about that. This guy went down really easily. I'm not gonna lie, this is a cheesecake of a boss. You just slice into it with a spoon. I got his bag, and I got an ethereal arc, which gives me a permanent 10% movement increase. He also dropped a legendary spear. So you already know we're gonna be scrapping that one, hoping to get 2 pearls. The rest of the time in the Everbright dimension, I tried looking for the tree boss, but I couldn't do so. And then I tried trapping this guy. There's no way that just worked. What? So yeah, you can apparently trap him into the box And then I made a little bit of a bigger box to keep him caged in my backyard. I wanted to have him as my little pet. And I kind of hoped the Drigmies could be farming essence from this guy. That would be kind of dope. And otherwise we'll just farm him and do it cage fighting style. I'd actually do that later on. First I got some other plans though. Scrapping the legendary spear. Oh man, only 1 pearl? Really? Oh well. We'll have to make do with that for now. I couldn't do the sombrero just yet, but I made another Drigme charm. Because I mean, 1 or 2 more Drigme charms. I'm actually gonna make 2 more. Maybe that will speed up the essence gathering. I also had to throw away a lot of these source berries that I had extra because man, my starbunkles were just collecting them through the roof. I hit up another roguelike dungeon and I then realized how powerful we had already become. This is insane. We speedrun through these things so easily, they're not a problem anymore. They are, however, a really good source of gems now. Because I got maybe like 15 gems from this run, easily. Because that means 15 more gem dust and I can make legendaries for the rest of my life. I put sharpness 3 on my sword. I then enchanted it with another sharpness book and combined that to make sharpness 5. And I put some extra protection on my boots. This made it so our setup was even more stronger. And then I got to test it out on an undead army because these things still keep spawning whenever I visit my base. And then I had a great plan. I found the mausoleum again. Finally, yeah. This is where you battle with the meet your fight bosses. I did try to light up most of this place because all of the mobs seem to be spawning from the roof. So I hung up some lanterns thinking that would decrease the spawn rate. I severely underestimated how big this mausoleum is, as you can see on the roof. And I killed the first boss, which is the Swamp Jaw. These guys really don't amount to much when you start having epic and legendary gear. They're really easy. They're just another mob. To be completely honest with you guys, I can't even make this fight seem tense because it just isn't. I got Swamp Jaw. I got Swamp Jaw down 2 times, which gave me 2 teeth, and I could make the Caged Heart, which reduces damage that exceeds 1/4 of the user's health bar or maximum health. I also made this Bone Raker. I first read it as Bone Breaker, but it is a Raker, which gives me 2 extra attack damage every single attack. Very cool. I then wanted to get the Slicer's Dice from the Dame Fortuna and the Ace of Iron. These are what are going to make us overpowered on a whole different level. The dice that you saw is going to allow us to pretty much have an extra form of critical that is dependent on luck, and it will just increase our damage and pump it with steroids, pretty much. What the Ace of Iron does is it has a chance, depending on luck, to negate all incoming damage. Yeah. Invincibility we're talking about. The higher the luck, the more chance I have of not taking damage and dishing out an additional load of damage. So I got the Dame Fortuna down 2 times. It's a fun fight. It's a lot more fun when you do them earlier on when you're not that overpowered. But hey, I could get all my gear instantly now, which was nice. And then I finally made my sword into the strongest it could be with the sharpness. And then it was back to the crafting station because we are going to be finalizing this Slicer Dice. And this was just, man, it is, let me tell you, it is insane, this thing. So I had to switch out the Caged Heart with the Ace of Iron. And then I just put the Slicer's Dice in its respective artifact slot. And I tested it out on the Nameless King. Normally this guy gives quite a lot of people some trouble. It does not give me trouble. Even with the depleted stamina bar, I just slice straight through him. And you have weakness and mining fatigue when you do that. Yeah, that's quite insane. I then spend a really long time looking for Frostmaw. Pretty much the whole day up until nighttime. I explored every single known biome to humankind, and I kind of started losing hope. Not gonna lie, I wish I would find him soon. On my hunt for one of these last eyes, I actually ran across a Frostmaw. After such a long streak of not finding anything, I managed to finally find it. And I was absolutely baffled, to be honest. I did, however, want to be fully prepared before I took on this Frostmaw, as I read that this guy can be, well, kind of dangerous. So I had some enchanted golden moss with me, I had a god apple, I had my blood vials in my inventory, and I was ready. I just needed to eat up this enchanted golden moss, take my broom, and we were going straight into battle. This guy was going to be a formidable opponent. This was not going to be an easy fight. What the fuck? Okay, we're overpowered. Like through the roof overpowered. Oh my goodness. This is amazing. I didn't know I dealt so much damage. Alright, cool. I actually have another idea then. Remember we have that corrupted ogre in our backyard? I want to see what kind of damage I can do to this bad boy. Oh, he goes down that quickly? Oh, guys, I got an idea. Let's farm this guy 32 times. Oh yeah, we farmed this guy 32 times. We wanted to increase our health by 4 more hearts, so we had 2 full health bars. And I wanted to increase my stamina 1 time as well. So, after killing this guy 32 times, I just had to kill him 1 more time, and I had all the essence that I needed. Yeah, and just like that, he goes down. It takes like 5 seconds to kill one of these things. And it was done. I now had 2 full health bars and an extra stamina. So I think it was safe to say that we were ready to go to the end. And seeing as I had about 32 eyes, I had made way more than enough to find this place. Also, I took on another Sentinel Knight, and it was surprisingly easy. Down goes the Sentinel Knight. What? Oh my god. Yeah, down goes the Sentinel Knight, dude. There's no way. We are so strong. After that little charade with the Sentinel Knight, it had appeared that we were, incredibly overpowered. I used the last of my eyes in order to locate this stronghold, and after a little while of searching, I managed to locate where the eyes go into the floor, and we were going to go into the depths of the abyss to find the end portal. And holy wow, this place is massive. Oh, it even goes down. Yeah, this stronghold was gigantic. This was the biggest structure I've ever seen in Minecraft. It had so many hallways, it had so many paths, so many secret rooms. There were enormous halls filled with spawners and with mobs, and there was a whole lore behind this place. It took me a long time to actually even find an even bigger room that was hidden. Damn! What? This is crazy. It's so cool. This is what I feel like. This is what a stronghold really should be like before going to the end dimension. Feel what I mean? Now, after reading up on the lore, it appeared that we had to go into a dungeon-like structure, and that is the one you see here. It's also filled with so much amazing loot, and we had to find a ladder leading downwards, after which we would find 2 ferocious Rotnauts. These were the guardians of the gate to the end, and I was gonna do battle with them. Oh yeah. Now, sadly for me, these guys only take damage when you hit the back after they've performed a overhead slash, pretty much. So, yeah, that was kind of sad. Because it takes some time before they do the attack. And even after they do the attack, then you have to do it a second time, because only on the... well, you can't one-shot them. But it didn't take me long in order to get there. This guy was just ready to start overhead swinging, and he was gonna go down afterwards. Or not. He was invincible. Okay, these guys are a little bit buggy, but we can make it work. He did another overhead attack, and I finished him off. Now, there was apparently some kind of puzzle. I didn't really care about that, so I just dug straight into the wall. After dealing with the mobs that were waiting outside of the portal, it was time to put in all of my eyes and finally go to the end. Our journey was coming to an end, guys. We had almost completed Dawncraft. And I wanted to go into this portal in style. So I sheathed my katana and I dashed straight in. Oh yeah, we're doing this in style. Alright, so we're gonna have to focus on killing that dragon and gathering some dragon's breath. Now, it is only after the first dragon's breath that I realized that I didn't have any glass bottles with me. So, it's gonna get quite funny for me trying to fill the bottles that I don't have. This dragon's combat looked absolutely amazing though. I gotta say, even the dragon is throwing hands. Yeah, it's got a giant mouth it can bite with, it's got this breath attack, it's got wings, and it's just throwing hands. We also deal a ton of damage to it. Like, I could one burst this guy with one combo. After killing this guy, he went into this hibernation mode. And I thought he was gonna explode on me, which got me real scared. And that's when I realized, yeah, I probably can't kill him without first taking down all of the glowing crystals that were on top of the obsidian towers. So I quickly one-tapped all of the towers. It was kind of easy with the broom, I'm not gonna lie. This broom is awesome. And after a while, I realized I only had one bottle. So I was going to have to make a quick stop back at home when this happened. Nope. You cannot do that. Oh my god. What's going on? Hold on a minute. The warp scroll displaced me. Whoa, dude. Not cool. Did you see that? I got trapped in the void for some reason. Okay, that was really weird. Let me go ahead and make some bottles then before we go back. So yeah, it appears as if you use a warp scroll in the end, you might just get teleported into the void. That was a very scary experience. However, I was now armed with glass bottles and I was ready to start farming this guy's breath. And I was going to do that for the next, I would say, good 5 to 6 minutes. And then I was going to finish him off. Because he stood no chance. Is there really one more crystal? Don't tell me it's inside of the tower. Oh, come on. Yeah, it's inside the tower. Alright. Took care of that last crystal that was inside the obsidian tower. I'm so happy it's not inside every single of the towers. And then we killed the Ender Dragon. Free the End. After getting all of the drops from the Ender Dragon, I got 211 levels. We're level 211 right now. Yeah. Also got an extra heart container, so we were rocking 21 hearts. That was pretty dope. I then explored the End Cities dimension, because there was one big thing that we were looking for. We were looking for legendary loot, man, because I want to get a full legendary setup. Oh yeah. Now the scary thing is, in the end, you have this mimic mob that you're seeing, or that you just saw, and that can take your armor. It can like replicate your armor and such. Pretty crazy. I also found this structure for the Ender Guardian, I think it's called. And I found him. And I pretty much one-shot him. That took, and I'm looking at the recording, 2 seconds. It took me 2 seconds to kill that guy. Also, when you're trying to loot up, there are some guardians in these end cities. And this wandering trader was apparently an archmage. So, yeah, I guess that is a thing. The guy did drop a legendary chestplate, however. So, we were in the money on this one. There was so much loot. We got 2 legendaries in one chest on this island. So at home, I placed all the legendaries inside. And I started creating some legendary affixed gear. I was going to upgrade all of my gear. Bolstering boots of Paladin of Iron. How did that zombie even get inside? I also made some Death Knight armor, which was going to make me immune to poison and wither, and it had a little bit more armor than diamond. So this was a cool step up, and also, you'll see it, but the armor looks insane. I affixed the armor to legendary immediately, and I enchanted it. And look at this. This armor looks insane. It goes so well together with my katana and with the paladin set. I also reforged a ring to legendary, which gave a lot more armor and 2 empty sockets. So that was going to be better than my soul of jars. My jar of souls. What was I saying? I also made 2 of those sigils in order to make my weapon be able to take 1 more gem into a socket. So I put 40% base armor piercing on this weapon. I thought this was the best extra socket that I could do. And for the sockets of my armor, I just dumped all my armor gems into them. So every piece had an additional 3 armor. And then it was time. Guys, we're going to defeat the final boss of Dawncraft. We had to find the skull. And after finding this skull, I teleported right into the beyond the end. The true ending. The 1v1 you've been waiting for. Whoa! This guy's got some moves, I think. Whoa! Hold on a minute! He deals a ton of damage. I don't have my enchanted apples with me. Whoa, dude. Wow. Okay, we really got a game. Whoa. 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 Hold on a moment. Hold on a moment. This guy is strong. Oh my god. Whoa! Yo! Where did he go? Oh, the damage this guy deals. Oh my god. I wonder if this is like the only thing that he does. He's got to have like a phase 2 or something, right? He's got to have a phase 2. There's no other way. On a moment before I get got. Wait, why is he not taking damage? Of course that doesn't work. Wow, man. Whoa! Whoa! He's actually gonna kill me. Dude, there's no way. I did not come this far to die. Okay, now his phase 2 is gonna start, isn't it? What is this? Whoa! Why is there 2? These things are gonna kill me. Oh my god! What? Oh my god, that was crazy. Dang, how do people beat that? What? And just like that, our journey in Dawncraft has come to an end. Man, what a pack. This was so cool. I'm speechless. If you guys enjoyed the video as much as I enjoyed making it, please make sure you drop a like. You make sure you sub to the channel, because only like 2% of my viewers are subscribed. Like, what are you guys doing? Even your grandma could hit the subscribe button. Come on, man. Don't let grandma beat you. But no, all jokes aside, guys, if you sub, it helps the channel grow. It helps me put a lot more time into these videos. And it just overall is nice to see. I hope you guys are looking forward to the next mod pack. It's probably going to take a month or more. We'll see. I'm going to try to stick to a month, but I'm never going to make a promise on when I'm releasing, because I will never be able to keep that promise. Alright guys, I've been your boy ElAbro. I see you in the next mod pack. Peace out, boys.